All right, welcome everybody. This is Chris Record, and I'm excited to be able to walk you through the 90-day challenge. Today is day one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to Facebook, and we are going to open up the 90-day challenge, and we're going to start going through this. Make sure you guys can see us, that we are live. If you can see us and you're live, go ahead and comment down below, and we're going to be excited about this, okay? So this is going to be a high-level overview. You should be able to watch me live right now. Comment if you can hear me. Comment if everything is good. Okay, 90-day challenge. So here's what we're going to talk about on day one. You're going to hear from myself, Chris Record. I've generated over $10 million online. And then you're also going to hear from my friend who's actually visiting me today, Robert Nava, who's also generated literally over $10 million online. So we're going to cover that. Robert has generated over $6 million in sales from a single Shopify business. Okay, he's also Robert also generated over $2 million in sales from a product on Amazon. Okay, so this is e-commerce done as fasted. But here's the big thing. But we both started as beginners. Okay, we both started as beginners, and that's what we want to teach you today. How to start out as a beginner. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to give an overview of the 90-day challenge, and we're going to work our way through it. So it seems like we can see everybody starting on time, da-da-da-da-da, boom, boom, boom. Okay, awesome. So it looks like we got people here that are on time and you guys can see us. So come on in, join us for those of you that are live, and let's get cranking. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you a high-level overview. We are going to go to a wholesaling site, and we are going to look at some products. And then we're going to go to Shopify, and we're going to talk about how to be able to add those products to your Shopify store. And then we're going to go over here to Facebook, and we're going to talk about how you place an ad to it. It is going to be fun, it is going to be simple, and it is going to be something that even beginners can learn how. Now, I'm going to use this notepad here to kind of tell notes, kind of talk through notes to you as we go through, and then I'll have one of my assistants transcribe these and provide them in the group for you as well. So here's a high-level overview of what we are going to cover today. Okay, we're going to cover some of these topics here. Okay, first things first. Explanation of the 90-day challenge. We're going to cover that since some people might be confused. 90-day challenge, as well as like goals and incentives that you can get. We're then going to cover explanation of how drop shipping works, explanation of how print on demand works, and we're going to show how to find products, put them on your store, and run ads to them. How to find cheap products and mark them up for big profits. And then we're going to give this is all going to be a high-level overview on how to set up your business for success, even if you are a brand new beginner. Okay, because you're going to have no coding, no design needed, no inventory that you need. Very little experience. Okay, it's going to be very, very straightforward from a couple of guys who have generated collectively a lot of money online. So let's jump in the challenge real quick. If you guys are watching live right here on this Just Now, if you guys are finding us on the Just Now, go ahead and comment on this. See, comments are starting to kind of come in. And people are saying click on the speaker to get audio. Yeah, there's a little button right here. If you can see this, right here, see this little audio button? You just click on this and the audio should be able to go up. And you can also make it full screen. So you can click this. Yeah, there's a little button right here. If you can see this. And you should be able to hear the audio. So with that being said, that's a high-level overview. And let's go ahead and get started. So again, just a recap. We're going to cover an explanation of the 90-day challenge, explanation of how drop shipping works, how print on demand works, how to find products, put them on your store and run ads to them, how to mark them up, and how to set your business up for success, even if you're a beginner with no coding, no design, no inventory, and very little experience. So with that being said, let's jump on board. Okay, first things first, in order to participate in the 90-day Shopify challenge, you must have a site with Shopify. You must have a store with Shopify. If you do not have one, go to shopify.com/techademics. Shopify.com/techademics. Shopify is very gracious and has extended this deal to us. The deal is 50% off for your first 3 months with the plan. So you're going to start your free trial today. All you do is you enter an email address, a password, and then create a store name and go create your store. Once you've created a store, you're going to want to upgrade to the $79 a month plan. Now, it's going to be 50% off. Now, I'm going to address the first question a lot of people have, is that it doesn't say anywhere that the plan is 50% off. Now, listen, don't worry about that. As long as you sign up from your store here, Shopify will discount your plan for the first 3 months. So what you do is you sign up for a trial, then you choose a plan, but don't worry because you will not be charged until after your 7 days. So after 7 days, then you're charged 50% off of that first plan. So you're going to be charged $39.50 for your first month, your second month, your third month, and then your fourth month on, it will be the $79 a month plan. So that's the plan that you want. That plan has the gift cards that we're going to be discussing how to use. That plan has the staff accounts, and that plan has the extra reporting. So the $79 plan is the one that you're going to want because that's the one that we're teaching on, and it has all of the features that you need and that you're going to want. Okay? So you're going to sign up. You're going to sign up for a store. Now, some of you have been asking, does it matter what your store name is? No, it does not matter what your store name is. Just start with a basic store name. Whatever you put here is like a username. So don't really worry about this because you're going to actually be able to get a domain name for your store at any time later. So start, if you haven't already done this, make sure you have this step. Okay, assuming that you have your Shopify store, you're going to go ahead and log into your store. Okay, you're going to log in to be able to follow along and be able to do this. Now, the very first thing that I teach everybody to do is, and let's put this in the notes. Okay. Number one, first thing I do is you're going to look at other Shopify stores to get examples of what to do, okay? Look at other Shopify stores. This is called modeling. We are modeling after other Shopify stores. So for a high-level overview of what the 90-day challenge is, we're going to help you build a Shopify store and help you become successful with it over the next 90 days. So let's look at some other Shopify stores to see some examples. So are you ready? Follow along with this search right here. Go to Google. Let me blow up my screen a little bit bigger. Go to Google, and this is called a site search. Let me put this in the notes. This is called a Google site search, okay? And you're going to search for, this is going to be your search phrase right here, site:myshopify.com. Site:myshopify.com. Let's look what happens. Site:myshopify.com. When you do Google search, type in site:myshopify.com. About 15.8 million results show up. Now, of course, some of these are going to be promotion ads and stuff like that. But look at all of these ads right off the bat. Funky and chunky, empowering through fashion. We make handmade bags and statement jewelry from Africa, made in Ghana. Okay, next one. Beast Mode Apparel, lifestyle and athleisure, kind of like athletic but athleisure brand of Marshall Lynch. All things real estate home. This is real estate related stuff. Marketing ideas, supplies, a yard sign, stickers, buyer journals. iNetra, smarter refractive care. Okay, inspiring American-made clothing store. We feed hungry Americans. Okay, you see this? In Tucson, Arizona, it feeds 12 emergency meals, plus ethical t-shirt printing. Electric bike kits, designed for everyone every day. Day designer, strategic planner, and daily agenda. A shop for pre-built little free libraries or kits, library accessories, apparel. This one's an online gallery for your smartphone. Okay, you get it. There's literally 15 million pages. So these are all Shopify stores. So what you want to do is you want to do this search, and you can start clicking through. Now, just because they list here doesn't mean they're any good, but these are going to give you examples of what Shopify stores are. So look at this. Funky and chunky, they have a logo. They have some categories up here, and they have, this is called a slider. It's an image that basically they can put up there, and then they have their products. Okay? So look at this, they're selling products. This could be you. Okay, so let's click on one of their products, these little earrings. Small silver-plated Africa-shaped earrings. So what they do is they have basically a product, these little Africa earrings. They're tailoring the African market, small silver-plated Africa-shaped earrings, and you can basically put a picture and a price. You could put a description, and then you can add it to the cart. And the way Shopify works is Shopify handles all of this for you. All you do is put the picture up, okay? And you put the price. And then they can go to checkout. And then as soon as they go to checkout, it takes them to a checkout page at Shopify, and they put this big logo behind it. So don't mind that. It probably looks a little bit more like this. They put this big logo behind it, and the customer puts in their information, and then they can check out and they can buy these. So that's how Shopify works. They go to this website, your website, Funky and Chunky. This is the homepage. They go to an individual product, and then they can add the product to their cart, check out, and now they can go enter their customer information, their shipping address, continue, and then they'll put in their credit card and they'll buy it. Okay, that is how Shopify works. Now, let's go back to that My Shopify search, and let's go to the next one, Beast Mode Apparel. Now, notice you can have all kinds of things with Shopify. This site has a lot more. This site has like a little email box that pops up. This is done with Shopify. If you want a customer to enter in their email, this is all handled for you. So here's another Shopify store. This one's a little bit more professional looking. They've got videos, they got categories. You can do all of this with no coding, no design, no anything, you guys. Very, very simple. You guys are able to set all of this up, and that's what's exciting. And so you can find products, you can put them up. Every single Shopify store is going to work the exact same way. You're going to have a home page, you're going to have categories, you're going to click on an individual product. It's going to have a product picture, sometimes more. It's going to have a title, a description. Here's the description. And in this case, it's got sizes, okay? And then you can add it to the cart. You press add to cart, and then boom, it added it to the cart right here. And then you can go, every site's a little different, but it's the same. You go to checkout, this shows all the items in your cart, proceed to checkout, and just like that, we're now, look at this. The shopping cart page is exactly the same, right? It all ends up here. Okay, now look, they have their own domain name, beastmodeonline.com. So you can have your own domain name if you want. You can really kind of take this any way that you want, you guys. It's very, very simple. You can set it up this way. There's a lot of stuff you can do. So everything eventually ends up right here at this checkout page. And when you're on this checkout page, it's really cool because you can sit in here. Set it up this way. Sorry, I turned on my volume, the other thing. You can set it up in here, and you can actually start, you can sell anything you want, okay? Thank you for shopping Beast Mode. You can have your own logo, your own domain name. You can have anything you want, okay? You can have products, pictures, categories, all kinds of cool designs. So let's go back to My Shopify. We're going to do this for a couple minutes because I need you to understand what Shopify is and how you make money. Here's a site that says all things real estate home. Okay, as you can see here, they've got a logo. They've got their categories. They've got their products, okay? So here's all the stuff they're selling. They're selling bottle tags. They're selling agent notes, hats, signs. So you can click on this, like a category, and they have all these different signs you can buy. So let's kind of look at one of these signs. We're like, oh, this looks really, really cool. Let's click on this one. This is an individual product. It's called a listing welcome sign. It's $21.95, and there it is. There's a picture. You can put in more than one picture. And again, no coding is needed. This is what you guys got to understand. No design, no coding, no anything. They've got a description. They've got some reviews. If you would like reviews, there's a little, Shopify has an app store to add this. So you can literally, this whole site you're seeing right now, this is my main point. Everything you're seeing here, you can do. Everything you're seeing. You can have a logo, you can have categories, you can have products on here. You don't even have to have the products. You don't even have to have any inventory. You can have all of this stuff here. Description, price, and look at how simple this is. Buy now. You'll watch. This one on this store, the theme adds it up here on the top, and then you go to your bag. You go to check out to your My Bag or whatever. There's your shopping cart, and you go here to check out. And look at this. It's the same thing. It's the checkout page on Shopify. They enter in their customer information and they continue. Everything ends up being the same. So all of these sites use the same platform. That platform is called Shopify. And Shopify, again, you go to shopify.com/techademics, and you're going to get 7 days for free and then 50% off for your first 3 months. You're going to choose the $79 a month plan because that is the plan we're going to be teaching through this 90-day journey. And again, this search to be able to find all these sites, you just go to Google and you do site:/myshopify.com and you can find these stores. So in the comments right now, if you're watching live, say yes, I understand, or say I understand. Okay? Say I understand. Okay. And let me put this in big text right here because I see a couple people in the comments. If you cannot hear me, click on the video button for volume control. Okay? There is a button. And clearly, if you're watching the live stream, you can see everybody else is commenting, I understand. So if you cannot hear me, click on the video button. Click on the actual video you're watching. There should be volume control right there. Okay? Cool. All right, so let's keep going. Now, I'm going to take this one step further. And out of these 15,800,000 results, I'm going to show you how to organize them a little bit better so you can find sites that are maybe on a topic you want to sell. So maybe you have an Instagram account, or maybe you have a Facebook page. Maybe there's something that you like, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to do site:/myshopify.com space, and then type in a word for some type of niche that you want to be in, or something more you want to search for. So let's type in a few niches. Let's type in a niche like survival. Maybe you want to be in the survival niche. Instead of all those millions of sites, it pulled up 60,000 results. You're searching, basically this right here is searching sites on Shopify, and this is searching the keyword survival. So you're basically saying, I want to look at survival sites on Shopify. Okay, so you got to go through here. This one is called Survival Frog. And let's just go through one at a time and let's look at these. Here is Survival Frog, preparing made easy. So let's take a look at this store right here and let's analyze this because this could be you. Everything you're seeing here can be you. What they have is the first things first that happens is this was a pop-up and it's asking for my email address. They're looking to build an email list so that they can sell, if I join here, they can sell me a bunch of stuff via email. So I can go in here if I want and I can actually join this email list and press get my free kit and it says thank you. And then it takes me into the store. So literally, you can have a store that has, as soon as somebody visits, a little box pops up and it says enter your email for something free, for some sort of giveaway. And then what they'll do, this company now has my email address. Now they're going to start emailing me every single day, products I should buy, survival things, and this could be you. We can teach you, even if you are a beginner, we can show you how every single day you can go and you can email your list. You can build a list, email your list to buy stuff from you. It's a very cool concept, okay? So that's the first thing they did. Now notice they have this little button over here that says customer reviews. You can put this on your site as well. This is called an app. You basically can download it. Some of them are free. Some of them cost like $5. And you notice here 455 reviews that are 5 stars. So this allows customers, real customer reviews. They do this to build trust with their site. So they're able to put on little things like this to show they are a legitimate site. They have another button down here that says contact us. This allows customers to be able to contact them. Okay, they have that. And they can even do like a little live chat. Okay, so that's really cool. So see, they have these little extra add-on things. I just showed you how they have a little extra add-on thing that has an email. It collects emails, it gives customer reviews, goes contact. You guys can add all of this stuff to your store without any coding or design skills, you guys. There's tools that do this that we're going to show you. Over the next 90 days, you're going to learn how to build this and how to set all this stuff up, you guys. It's going to be crazy. Okay, so let's analyze this site. They have a logo that is very niche specific. Survival Frog. They basically have the word and a little frog thing. They've got this thing up here that says free shipping over $50. What that means is if you spend more than $50 in your shopping cart, they'll give you free shipping. They have this satisfaction guarantee, a 6-month any reason refund guarantee. They're doing this to give you confidence to buy here. This gives you confidence. Call us toll free, 1-800-PREPPER. That's a really good phone number. They have a phone number here that you can call, and even if you guys don't want to have somebody call your own phone line, there's these, during the 90-day challenge, we'll show you how there's these things called virtual assistants. There's literally companies that you can pay and they'll answer the phone for you on behalf of you. So if you ever wanted to do this, they probably didn't start with this as a beginner. They probably added this later. But what we're doing is we're looking at their site and we're saying, wow, they have a logo, they have confidence, customer reviews, confidence, and they have all these products. So now, after I opted in, it took me right here to this product. A paracord grenade survival kit, special free offer, $17.97 value, yours now for free, limit 1 per household. So check this out. They're willing to give me this item for free right now. Right now they're giving it to me for free. But I have to pay shipping and handling, okay? So that's the catch. The catch is they'll give this to me for free, but I just have to pay shipping and handling in order to be able to get it. So they're actually gonna make money off of this. Okay, because they're going to charge me whatever, $5 shipping and handling, $10, who knows what it is. And so they're actually going to make money, even though it's zero, because they get this thing probably, this little survival kit is probably just a couple bucks for them. So we're going to show you how to be able to go in here and how to build a store. You can build a store. Now this is a very advanced store. Look at how many different categories they have. They have products and all kinds of things. They've got hundreds of products in here, and they got a little theme going, okay? So they're looking for survival products. But that's how easy it is. This is a very professional store. Here's the main point you're going to walk away with. You can model after this store, you guys. You can have a store like this. Okay, let's go back to survival. Let's check the next store here. Survival Life Store. Okay, let's take a look at it. Here is Survival Life Store. Okay, and you've got a beautiful brand. You can shop by category. They've got knives, clothing, paracords, camping, hunting, food, all this kind of stuff. They've got a clearance section, new. They've got, remember, gift cards. You guys have to have. We're going to show you guys how to use Shopify gift cards. Make sure you have the middle plan with Shopify, the one that is $79 a month, because we're going to show you how to use gift cards. These are going to be a huge seller for you. So every store is essentially pretty much the same. They've got a top little thing up here that says free shipping. They've got a logo and categories. They've got a big image. And then they have their categories here. They have these products. So let's click on the fire category. Okay, you'll notice all these individual products that they have. Okay, look, they're selling all these products for 99 cents. The reason they're selling these for 99 cents is that they're going to charge you for shipping. So you can see here, let's go look at this product. They're going to call this one EverStrike. This clever tool basically fits anywhere, and you can start a fire without matches, even if it's been soaked in water. It has like a little fluid in here, like a little canteen fluid to start a fire. It's got a little flint scraper. So also notice this just popped up. Harold in Wellsville, United States purchased an EverStrike. So this is an app, another app you can get on your store that will every like 10 or 15 seconds, it'll pull up a little notification that somebody just purchased something, because that helps give confidence to your buyers. Look, Dan in Albuquerque purchased an optical fire starter. And then your customer can even click on that and say, oh, an optical fire starter, what is this? Look, Jose in Laureldale purchased a solar-powered battery charger. And just like that, it'll link over to that. Philip in Greenfield purchased a 24-piece ultimate grilling set. Okay, so there's all these products that you can have. So you have a product image, you have a product title, you have the price you're going to sell it for, and you have a price that you can compare it to. Okay, the customer can then add it to the cart. Once they add it to the cart, it works the same as all Shopify stores work. It shows your cart, and then you go to checkout. And look at this. It's the same as every other Shopify store. You enter your customer information, and you continue. All paths lead to the same thing. All of these companies that are generating hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars, they are all utilizing the same exact system, which is Shopify. Okay, that's what this 90-day challenge is about. And I'm showing you how to be able to go in here and how to find stores. Okay, let's look at something else. Instead of survival, let's take something that's a random topic. Let's do magic. Maybe you want to get in, maybe you want to sell magic related stuff. I'm just making this up as I go. You go myshopify.com/magic, and you're able to go in here and you're able to look at, let's just go click through and let's look at some sites. Here is another Shopify store that has that has this thing. It's called Magic Instruments. Again, they have an email box that pops up. They have a help box down here, okay? They have a nice, beautiful theme. It looks very professional. It's gonna rotate images. You can see like it rotates images, perform brilliantly, play instantly, learn more. Beautiful images. Magic Instruments Rock Stars. It's some testimonials. And then here's like the magic guitar. Here's all, they're able to sell their product. Very beautiful. They're able to sell this thing. Okay, that's an example of a Shopify store. Let's go down here. Learn amazing magic tricks. Okay, here's a magic site. You'll notice it has this big bar up here, and then it has this logo, and then you can shop. They have magic, card magic, coin magic, street magic, and mentalism. So you can go in here and you can click on card magic, and it's going to show you a bunch of card magic stuff. So you click on here, and here's like they give you the picture of the card and what it is. It's $14.95, and it's got a video that shows how to use it, and then it's got a description of why you want to do it, and then you add it to cart if you want this, and there's your shopping cart. Shows all your products. You go to checkout, and it's exactly the same. Okay, everything's exactly the same. So I want you guys to understand this at a very high level, that all of these sites, all of these millions of sites, all use the same exact platform. And that platform, this is just costing $79 a month, and it's $39.50 when you get it through for the first 3 months for this 90-day challenge when you get it through our link. They're all using the same platform. So what if we could show you how to be able to go in here and build a niche store on almost any topic that you wanted? You can build a store, or you can build it on a bunch of topics, on any topic you want, without any coding, any inventory, or anything. That's what we want to show you. So like watch. Let's do one more. Let's do the niche. Let's do a dog niche. Pitbull, and let's see if there's any dog stuff. Okay, here's Pitbull gear. Let's go to this first one here. So see, you can build a store that's all about dogs. It's all about pit bulls. See, they got this thing on the top. They have a free shipping bar that came up. They've got a little box down here that says subscribe now. Okay, these are apps that you can attach to your store with no coding. Here's another thing that says contact us. Okay, so you see all the same stuff. They all have the same stuff. They have a logo, and they have their shopping cart. They have their categories: men's, women's, kids, collars, harnesses, leashes, dog apparel. So they even have clothing for adults. We go like t-shirts that are dog related, that are pit bull related. So like, look at this, pit bull dad. So this would target dads that are pit bulls. Judging me doesn't define who I am, it defines who you are. This is basically calling out people that judge people who own pit bulls. Here's a picture of a pit bull with the word misunderstood. Ban stupid people, not dogs. See, these are targeting people who love pit bulls, okay? So pit bull advocate, American pit bull, ban stupid people, not dogs. And this one here, pit bull owner, tattooed, educated, employed. So this is really targeting a group of people. Okay, you can literally sell all this stuff. You could sell collars and different types of collars, different sizes. Here's some pit bull collars, just like that. These like nice pit bull collars. And again, same thing. You choose a size for your pit bull, you choose a color, and you add to cart. This person who owns this store was able to just add this image, choose a price, choose what size are available, and then just like that, you can check out. Look at how simple this is. It's all the same. Everybody's doing the same thing, okay? So watch this. Let's take this pit bull niche as an example. You just need to know where to find products. Collars, harnesses, leashes. Where do you find these products? This is what we call drop shipping, okay? We're gonna basically show you this right now. Where do you find products to put on your store? Okay, we do something called drop shipping. Okay, we find products on a third-party wholesale site. We put the pictures of those products on our store. We mark up the cost of those products so we have profit. When a customer orders the product for retail price, the money goes to you, okay? I'm gonna actually change this all to you so it makes more sense. You find the products, you put the pictures on, you mark up the cost. When a customer orders a product, the money goes to you. You take a percentage of the money and pay it to the wholesaler. You pass along the address / shipping info of the customer to the wholesaler. The wholesaler then drop ships the product directly to your customer, but they don't put their wholesale branding on it. The package gets delivered with no branding, as if it came from you, from your store, okay? So drop shipping is where there are people in other parts of the world that have warehouses that are filled with products. They allow you to sell those products. When an order comes in, you send the information over to that wholesaler, and that wholesaler will ship the product directly to your customer, okay? That's how drop shipping works in a nutshell. You're like the middleman or the middlewoman, okay? That's it. You find products, you put the pictures of the products in your store, and you mark them up. Okay, you also put like a title and description. When a customer orders, the money goes to you. You collect the money directly. Then you're going to take a percentage of it, and you're going to give it to the wholesaler, whatever their cost is. And then here's the thing. You keep the difference as profit, okay? Now, so as an example, let's say a customer bought something for $10 from you, and the wholesaler's charging you $5. You're going to go ahead and give $5 to the wholesaler, and you're going to keep the other $5. That's how this business works. The wholesaler is going to send it directly to your customer. If it's overseas, like China, it may take 2 to 3 weeks to get to your customer. Okay? If it's in the United States, USA, it might take less than a week. Okay? It all depends. Now, of course, if you're using a wholesaler in China, you're going to have more profit than if you're using someone in the USA. So what a lot of people do is they do drop shipping from China to start out. Okay? Most beginners start out with wholesalers from China. Then, when a product starts selling a lot, you can bulk order it to the USA and have it shipped directly from the United States in less than a week. So it comes to your customer faster. But the problem with shipping directly from the United States is you're either going to find a wholesaler and make less profit because the United States is more expensive, or you're going to bulk order it from China. And so now you're going to have a lot of profit, but now you had to spend money. You might have had to spend some money to buy the product. Whereas the reason they start with wholesalers from China is you have zero inventory cost, and it's super cheap, allowing you to be able to make some money. Okay, so let's go through this. Let's go to this niche here, the pit bull niche. We'll actually use all those niches we just went. The first wholesale company I want to talk to you guys about, the main one we're going to be using is a company called AliExpress. So you guys can go ahead and write down this name right here, ALI Express, AliExpress. Go ahead and write this down. This is a wholesale site. Most of the stuff here is from China, but they actually have stuff from all over the world. Okay, AliExpress. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little bit about how to search on AliExpress, and then I'm going to introduce you to a business partner and friend of mine that's here with me. His name is Robert Nava. He sold millions of dollars online. He happens to be at my house today, and Robert is going to give you some tips on how he's found AliExpress. Let me ask you this. Robert has done over $6 million with his own Shopify store, a store just like this, basically selling like this dog collars, dog leashes, except his wasn't this site. He's done his own store with Shopify and has done over $6 million in sales. How many people right now in the comments would love to hear Robert, would love to hear and get some advice as a beginner from somebody who's already done $6 million? Let me know in the comments right now. I'd love to read that. I'd love to see how many people are engaged and would love this. So, AliExpress, okay? You guys ready? AliExpress. What you do is you come here and you're searching for products, okay? You're gonna come in here and you're gonna search for products. So search from niche specific. Type in the word Pitbull and look at all the stuff that comes up. Pitbull necklaces, Pitbull rings, Pitbull stickers, Pitbull bracelets, Pitbull collars, Pitbull harnesses, all kinds of stuff, right? So look at this, Pitbull collars, Pitbull harnesses. So here's a bunch of products that are available, okay? So we're gonna just go through, and I'm not gonna show you any advanced searching right now. We're just gonna show you, you can feature these products on your store, okay? So here's an example of a product right here. This is a black spiked studded leather harness, like a chest harness for a pit bull, okay? This right here represents the price that, that you have to pay for it. Your price is gonna be $36 to $38.95 a piece. So if you wanna list this on your store, you have to mark it up. You'd have to sell this for more. If you wanted to make a profit, you would have to sell this for more than $36. Okay, but you can, right now, you can have this from a vendor who's got a really good rating. Okay, this vendor has a feedback score of 20,000. They have positive feedback, 98.1%. So let's look at this person. Who is this person? If an order comes in, who the heck is this person? Let's see if they're trustworthy. Let's click on the vendor and let's look at this person. Here they are, pet artist, right? So this person is selling all of these types of products. Okay, here's one vendor. They're selling, look at here, they're having, they're selling all this. They are a wholesaler. They want you to sell these products for them on AliExpress. So they got all these little dog harnesses, kind of stuff. So it kind of shows the best selling items, the new arrivals they have, best collars. So you can sell like all of this stuff right here, okay? You can feature all of this vendor's products on your store. Nylon harnesses, small dog harnesses, leather harnesses, harnessettes. You can resell all of this stuff. Okay, you look at this, like this right here, service dog harness. It's gonna cost you $7.69, okay? Here's this little small dog harness. This is gonna cost you $3.31, okay? So like this product right here on this AliExpress wholesale site, the public doesn't know about this, okay? The public is not gonna buy from like, China. The public just wants to buy, people in the United States just wanna buy retail, okay? So here's an example of this thing right here. This is just an example of this harness, okay? This harness is gonna cost you like $3.31. So look, you can sell 4 colors of it. You can sell red, pink, blue, and black. You can sell 3 sizes, small, medium, or large. And look, a small black harness costs you $3.31. A medium costs you $3.56. A large costs you $3.91. Okay, now let's look at shipping. Okay, so here's all the shipping options. Okay, ship my order. So if you have a customer in the United States, these are the different ways they can ship. All this kind of stuff. The one we want to choose is something called e-packet. Write this down, e-packet. You're looking to choose e-packet. Ship the order right here using e-packet to the United States using e-packet. So now, my total price right here for this product, if I want to be in the dog niche and I want to sell a small dog or cat harness or leash set, my cost is $4.73. So watch how simple this is. Okay, let's do this. Like let's do dog harness. Watch how simple this is, you guys. Follow along. We're gonna go to Google. We're gonna do site myshopify.com. 15 million results. We're gonna type in small dog harness. Okay, and there's all these pages. This one's selling dog harnesses, small dog harnesses, small dog harnesses, small dog clothing, dog harnesses, all this kind of stuff, right? There's just tons and tons and tons. Okay, whatever the site is, there's just lots of them. So you can have a site just like this, GW Little, where dogs get happy. You can have a site just like this. They got their little thing that shows reviews. And look, they got all these little dog harnesses. Okay, so when you see a little dog harness like this, This company here is selling them, and look, they got the same little app that somebody just purchased something. This is you now. This is a retail site. This would be your site, your logo, your site. They are selling this item right here for $23.99. Okay? But you can get this same product for $5. Okay? You can get a product like this for $5, like a blue one right there for $5, a harness leash set. So you'll have a site, your cost will be $5, and you're marking it up to like $25. That leaves you like $20 in profit. Now, let's cover this in basic detail. The price of the product is $3.90. The price of the shipping to the customer is 83 cents additional. So your total out the door cost is $4.73. So if this was you, you would collect $23.99 from your customer, so $24, and your total, you're selling it for like $5, right? So you're essentially making the difference, $19 in profit. All you did was you featured a picture like this, and maybe some more pictures where somebody can look at it. See? All you did is you featured a little picture of it, just like this, but the customer doesn't see your wholesale cost. I mean, think about it. If you go buy a car, this is common sense. If you buy a car, do you assume the car dealer got it for a better price? Yes. If you go buy furniture, don't you assume the furniture dealer bought it wholesale and you're buying it retail? Yes. If you go buy anything, you're buying it retail. Okay? So you have $19. So let's put this down. Let's put down an example here. Example, dog harness plus leash set. Okay? Your cost is going to be product plus shipping equals, let's say, roughly $5. Retail on your store is going to be, let's say, $24.95. Now we do that. Instead of saying $25, you want to put retail like $24.95. Okay, $24.95. So let's just mark it up to $25. Okay, that means your profit before advertising cost equals $20 in profit. Okay, now you got to have advertising. So you might need to pay, like, let's say advertising, let's say it was Facebook ads. You might spend $10 in ads to get somebody to buy it. So now your profit after advertising equals $10 per dog harness sold. And then your goal might be to sell, let's say 250 harnesses per week, okay, would be 2,500 profit per week, and that equals monthly profit in that case would be 10,000 a month in pure profit, or not maybe pure profit, let's say in profit from just one product. Okay, now additional expenses may happen, such as let's do, like, you might have a virtual assistant, you might have somebody that does customer support for you, and so on. So you might have some additional expenses. So maybe even if you paid somebody like to run your business, to help with your business, maybe you paid them $2,000 a month out of that, you're still making like $8,000 a month. So let's say even $8,000 pure profit per month. Okay, $8,000 times 12 equals $96,000 a year, which is roughly $100,000 a year. Okay, so just like that, that's a six-figure business from one product. Now, if you don't believe that can happen with one product, then just imagine you have 100 products that are, so instead of you're selling 250 of that one product, maybe you're just selling 2 of that product per week. And maybe you just have like 100 of them. So that's an example, whether it's one product or a lot. Now here it is, in a nutshell. Here's where dogs get happy. A little dog logo, a little company, they got your categories. Look at all this dog stuff they did. They're in the dog niche, okay? They've got dog beds, dog blankets, dog toys, dog harnesses, dog. Okay, so let's stay in the dog niche. Here's that same product we just showed you how you can get it for $5 right here from this company. Okay, but watch this. Let's go through each one of these categories. Okay, I'm going to show you how these sites, you guys don't realize it, but almost all these sites do drop shipping. Watch this. Dog beds and dog blankets. Okay, let's go here to AliExpress and type in dog beds. Look at all these results, you guys. Dog beds. Okay, look at all these things. $15, $12, 15, 13. Look at all these dog beds. All kinds of dog beds. You can mark them up. Here's your cost. You know, here's like a shark dog bed. Here's a dog bed, $12. You know, so there's dog beds. Okay, let's do dog blankets. Okay, here's dog blankets. A few dollars, a few dollars, a few dollars. Okay, so you see, look, already we're just in the first category here. Dog beds and dog blankets. We have all of that. Okay, let's go to the next one. Dog toys. Okay, plush toys, chew toys, tiny toys. You go back here and you can put all these products on your site. Dog, watch this, dog chew toys. Hey, look at all these dog chew toys you can put on your site. Okay, all you're looking to do is find a good vendor. Okay, you're looking to find somebody who has like a high rating, like 5 diamonds, okay, or higher on this site. Now we're going to go over the next 90 days. We're going to show you. But see how this person only has like a one diamond? They don't have like a lot of a track record yet. Okay, but they're getting there. Okay, whereas this person here, they've got a lot more. Look, their feedback score 19,000. Okay, so some vendors are better than others. We're going to show how to find them. So that's the point. My point is, you can do all of that kind of stuff. Oh, that's funny. Look, dog chew toys is bringing up sex toys as a related search. That's classic. So look, they got all these products: dog harnesses, small dog clothing, dog ID tags. So you see what I'm saying? You could have your own dog store featuring a bunch of dog products that you can find. So your goal number one is not to sell products. Your goal in the challenge is to build your own store that has a bunch of great products that are marked up. If all you had was this store, let's look at this store. If all you had was a store just like this, that looks good, it's set up. That's what your first month should be. Your first month in the challenge should be to set this up, to have something like this, to have, get reviews, get a good looking store, build it out, make it look good, and go for your first $100 in sales. Okay? Look how they're dividing. Look, they even have their little email option pop up. These guys are doing it right. This is a great example. And you guys might think they spent, hundreds of thousands on this stuff. No. A lot of these people are barely spending anything. So what you have to do is you have to basically get a store and you got to start setting it up and adding products. That's what you're going to learn in the challenge. I want you to start by reverse engineering and going, you guys should go look at this store, gwlittle.com. Go to this one. Look at it. Go look at everything. Go look at what they're doing. Start to copy after this stuff. And you can do it in any niche you want. Okay? So that's what this is. We're going to show you how to do this. So this is a company called AliExpress, and you can go in here and you can find all kinds of cool stuff there. So now what I'm going to do really quick is I want to introduce you to somebody, if you're cool. I want to introduce you to my friend. Okay? This is a friend of mine right here named Robert Nava. Okay, let me show you a picture of him right here. Okay, this is a picture right here of Robert Nava. There he is with one of his kids. He's got a few kids. Robert, his story is so powerful. Robert Nava is actually he was a troubled youth. As a teenager, got in trouble with the law, ended up getting arrested, and ended up getting locked up. He actually, for a felony. And you guys might be thinking, how is that a good story? Well, here's what the good story is. When he got out, when he was in there, he got mentorship from some of the guys that were doing like life sentences and stuff like that in prison. And you would think prison's all a bad place, but guess what? It's not all a bad place, okay? It's crazy as it sounds, these OGs, these people that were there actually mentored him and said, listen, go focus on your education, get smarter, learn, so when you get out, you don't end up back in here. These guys that are doing life sentences are like, Robert, you should not be in here. You could be a good person. And when Robert got out, he decided he wanted to change his life around. He decided to be an entrepreneur, and he ended up finding Shopify. And ended up building a Shopify store. And his story is so powerful that Shopify featured him. Shopify featured him is that like the third email you guys get when you sign up for Shopify it actually says how an ex-felon went on to do like $80,000 a month, like an ex-con, I think it says, went on to do $80,000 a month. Shopify tells that story in like their third email. That story's about him. So if you've ever heard that story in your email from Shopify, that story's about Robert Nava. He calls himself the $1 million felon. He likes talking about, his past and stuff like that. And he's basically gone on to be very, very successful. His Shopify store went on to do $6 million. Shopify's featured him. And I love a good turnaround story, even from somebody who did something bad, because I believe no matter what your past was, you guys can change and you guys can be successful, okay? So what I want to do is I want to introduce Robert Nava. And I want Robert to jump onto AliExpress. And I want Robert to basically just share as much as he's willing to share with you right now about how to find products, a quick little training on how to find products on AliExpress. What are some search techniques? What are some high-level things? And while he's talking, I'll monitor the comments so that if I see a question before he ends, I'll ask him those questions. So Robert, why don't you come on out and introduce yourself to everybody?
Hey everybody, let me clear my throat real quick. How you guys doing? Just say something in the chat, in the comments, letting me know that you guys are with me, that you didn't run away after Chris told my story, because people do take two sides to that, and when they just know about the felony side, it's kind of a turnoff. But when they hear about my success, the $6 million in e-commerce sales on just one site, we've taken that further. I've done over $10 million in e-commerce sales altogether in that world. That really gets people's attention, because anybody could do this. It doesn't matter where you came from, what your background is. It doesn't matter the mistakes you've made, the things that you don't know, the things that you do know. None of that is relevant when it comes to the opportunity that you have with Shopify. Anybody could do this. It doesn't matter if you have a huge, a college degree that took you 20 years to get, or if you dropped out of college because you couldn't complete it. It really doesn't matter. And so wanted to make that clear. Excuse me, I'm getting over this cough and I have to clear my throat a little bit.
And everybody's saying what's up to you right now, Robert. They're loving the fact you're on, and they love your story.
Awesome. Yeah, you see the car in my picture there that Chris showed a little while ago. It's a $120,000 Corvette, and kind of cheap cars. It was cool, but I'm going to get to something a little bit better here pretty soon. But if you look at the license plates on it, it says ex-felon. And it gets people's attention when they see that car, when they see this expensive sports car, this 650 horsepower car, $120,000 car, and it says ex-felon on it. It gets people's attention. And so, that's why I like telling that story, because it gets people's attention. It gets people to know that there's something here that they need to listen to. So I want to show you how easy it is to find products on AliExpress. It's not hard at all. It's Chris just showed you these $1 million tactics on how to sell, how to drop ship products that aren't yours. How do you sell products that you've never touched? How do you sell products that you didn't invent? And a lot of people think that you have to. You have to be the originator of these ideas to be able to sell things. And I've seen some of you in the comments were blown away that you don't actually have to do that. That you could sell products that are not yours, that you've never touched, that you've never seen, and you can make millions of dollars off of doing this. So if you remember, Chris told you about the story or the email that goes out, second, third, fourth email somewhere that Shopify will send you when you set up your Shopify account. Read that article. You'll hear my story about selling backpacks. And I've sold a lot of other things besides backpacks, but you'll hear the story about backpacks. And I'm going to kind of take you through that process of how I first got started with that backpack. How I made over $4 million in sales from backpacks, and why did I decide to go into that area and all of that good stuff. So the first question is why did I choose a backpack? I didn't come to AliExpress and just think, hey, let's just search for backpacks. I had no clue how to find products. Chris, can I open up another tab here and open up watch count?
Yep.
So there's actually another tool that I used back then. It's called Watch Count, and you can see it right there, WATCH count, COUNT.com. And here is a place or a website that you can find products that are being watched, products that are highly desired on eBay. Because on eBay, you could vote for a product by watching it. It's kind of like a like on Facebook. It's just saying, yeah, I'm interested in this product. I'm not committing to buying it, but I'm interested in this product. And so let's just take dog harness, since we were looking at that a minute ago. Oops. I guess I got to type it right. It's not such thing as dag harness. So here's dog harness, and I'm going to see if I could get all this in the screen. Want to go smaller? Yeah. Cool. Thanks. All right, so on watch count, you have a few different things that we want to pay attention to, or just really two different things you want to pay attention to. When you put in your search, you're going to get two different numbers. You're going to get a number of watchers over here on the left, and the number of sales over here on the right. The watchers is really what this app is built on, or this website is built on, is to show you the popularity of products. But we don't care really how popular a product is, only if it sells. We only care how popular it is if it's really selling a lot, right? Because there's so many pictures and items that you'll see on Facebook that'll have thousands of likes, but you don't know how many sales, or you might not be getting very many sales at all. And so the same thing is going to happen over on here on watch count. You're going to find products that have, it might have 1,000 watches, but only 95 sales or something like that. And so what we're looking for when we come to watch count is items that have more sales than watches. And so right away we see that for these products, there's 95 sales versus 27 watches. There's 118 sales versus 13 watchers. And that's exactly what you're looking for. That tells you that two things. One, it tells us that dog harnesses are kind of in demand. People are buying these. Maybe, these are different types of dog harnesses, it looks like, or actually it looks like they might be the same one, just different colors. But that doesn't really matter. What matters here, what's really important here, is that there's a lot more sales than there is watchers, because that tells you that people aren't just interested in looking at it and semi-interested in the product. It means that they're really committing to it. They're ready to make that purchase. They're already making that purchase over here on eBay. Now, what I did is I actually was in. I had several different pages on Facebook when I first got started, and I was testing. I tested a bunch of different little marketing strategies outside of e-commerce. I had apps and websites and services and blogs and different things I had tested and completely failed at. But I had some Facebook pages from a time when I was trying to sell T-shirts, and one of my pages was I Love National Parks, and it was just about going after people that love national parks, people that like to get outside, people like to go hiking, camping, fishing, all the things that you would do in a national park. And that was a huge range of possibilities, because some national parks are in the middle of the desert. Some national parks are in areas where there's nothing but ice, right? And so there's a huge range of type of activities that happen within these national parks, which opens up a huge opportunity for sales. And so that's really the angle that I had, is like, well, I'll just take this broad opportunity and go after outdoor people. And so I started searching things like outdoor was probably one of my first terms. And I just come over to watch count, and I'm going to take it back over to AliExpress and show you that here in a little bit. But I start off on watch count, and I probably put in something like outdoor, and I seen a bunch of things that were not relevant and some things that were relevant. But I look for things that are in my niche, the niche that I'm interested in going into, and see if there's a lot of stuff that comes up. And so when I searched outdoor, nothing really relevant comes out. And then I went to another one that kind of crossed that niche, and I probably went into like survival or something like that. And just searched a bunch of different terms that might be relevant to the niche that I'm interested in going into. I haven't decided what I want to do yet. I haven't decided on a product, but I'm just thinking about going in a certain direction. And so again, I searched survival, and I see what is there, and I get all kinds of just different. I mean, there's a whole range of survival things. If we really wanted to take time going through this, you could look by categories. I don't always do that. What I do is I look for just products that show up over and over and over again, and when they do show up, that they have a lot of sales. And so like this tomahawk shows up first. Let's scroll down. I don't see any other tomahawks or anything down there, so that might not be a hot item in the survival niche. But what I do notice is that, and the tomahawk is what got my attention about it, is that bladed items are very popular in the survival niche. By scrolling up and down this page, I see knives, I see credit card knives, all types of bladed items. Here's a little pocket tool that has some sort of blades on it. There's knives. There's several different knives. There's the saw, the hand saw. There's and then there was the axe all the way at the top. So I noticed a trend among bladed items, and so that's what I think I would want to go into. If I was thinking about going into the survival niche if I came over here to Watch Count and Watch Count is saying that everything in the survival niche, or the most popular things in the survival niche are built around bladed items, then that's the type of product that I want to go into. And so that's the key strategy I use for finding what type of product direction I want to go into. And that's exactly what I did when I found my first product. Now, I don't remember my first search that I did years ago. That was 3 years ago when I found the product that I really scaled, which was a backpack I told you about. But I found it initially here on Watch Count, and the backpack was like $25. I'm going to take you over to AliExpress, and I'll try to show you that same backpack. And I had an idea of where I wanted to go because I had a page already, but you don't really have to have any ideas. All you got to do is just search keywords, just pick any keyword and see what goes up, what comes up. And go with that. Go with whatever comes up. Let the numbers, let the stats, especially if you're over here on Watch Count, let the stats guide you. I looked here and the numbers told me that bladed items were hot. Bladed items was where I needed to focus at, right? So that's what you would do. And back then I found backpacks. That's what showed up, was a lot of backpacks. And so I came over to AliExpress and I searched survival backpacks, and I found survival backpacks. I looked at what was here, and you have a bunch of different options. And this was actually the backpack that I started selling, and it says now that it's $32 with free shipping via ePacket. So when I first started selling, I think it was $24. I don't know why they're selling it for so much here, but it was $24. And then it's because ePacket is checked. That's why.
Yeah. See the actual price right there.
Okay.
It's $20, and then I just have the extension. It's $20, and then with shipping, it's $30.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So it used to be $24, and I had it priced at $29 on my site plus $10 shipping. And it cost me about $5 to get a conversion. And so the $5 markup that I had, if I put it at $25 on my site, that's a $5 markup. I lose that to my ad cost, but I made $10 on shipping.
Okay, let's do a quick little assignment here, okay? Robert's backpack case study. Okay, so you had, we're going to kind of do the same thing I did right here. So we're going to do same kind of thing. Actually, let's even so Robert's case study. So your cost was, for the backpack was what?
$24, $25.
Let's just say $25. Okay. Shipping, was that with shipping?
That was being drop shipped and everything, yeah.
$25 was your out the door cost for the product and shipping. So your cost for the product plus shipping to the customer was $25. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you retailed it on your store. So let's say retailed on store, your store, for how much were you selling it for?
It was $29 plus $10 shipping.
$29.95 plus $10, what's called shipping and handling, S&H. So that's a total of $39.95. We're going to round it up to $40. Okay, so he's basically, and this is rounded up figure, so he's basically, his cost is $25, but he's charging $40 on it. So same thing as this, your profit before advertising cost was $15. Okay, but then you said your advertising cost, same kind of thing. Your advertising cost was, you said to acquire a customer, it cost you how much in ads?
About $5.
About $5 in ads. So then your actual, same thing here is the dog harness one. Profit after advertising was about $10 per backpack sold.
And I never touched the product.
And that's with no inventory, no handling, never touched the product, which means he only used pictures.
And I never sold online before. Like, I've never successfully sold online. I didn't have experience.
He had never successfully sold online before ever. Okay, so he figured out now. So the idea is you're looking to get your own case study. You've got to find a product that you think would sell well. And there's a little bit of an art to it. So you watch webinars, you come on the 90-day training, you get in the community. You got to kind of you can't just pick if it was as easy as just picking any product, we'd all be very, very rich, right? So it's like you're basically like, searching for treasure, but and then you find one that goes well. And look at his numbers here. $25 his cost. He's selling it for 30, but then when they check out, it's an additional 10. So he's really selling it for 40. You need to understand that Robert is collecting the $40, and then he's sending $25 and the customer shipping details to that wholesaler. So, this person here, let's say it was this one here?
Yes.
Okay. So this backpack here, let's say it was like this person here, whatever. There's this wholesaler, this Windsor store, okay? So this company here, this Windsor store company on AliExpress is a wholesaler. They got a good positive rating. They've got all kinds of stuff. They're selling all these little things, like little survival gizmos and gadgets. He's essentially buying it from them. So all he's doing is he's being the middleman. What happens is somebody buys his backpack for essentially $40 because they have to pay for shipping. He turns around and gives $25 to like this company to send it to his customer. This company sends it with like no branding on the package. It's like blind. It's like it's kind of like a nickname is like naked. It's not going to have Windsor coming from the Windsor store because Robert's selling it from his store. So they're going to do what's called drop shipping. Okay, and a lot of times when you go to these people, like look at all these products and stuff that they own. You can always like contact these people too. If you have any, if you need to, you could just reach out. You can add it as like a favorite store, but you could reach out and you could contact these people and ask them questions and say, hey, do you do drop shipping? You can learn more about this. Okay, you can learn more about them. They got feedback here. You can read feedback all about them and kind of read reviews that people are saying. You can contact them. So, if you're not, you can learn like they're from China, you can contact them. Okay. So I just want to make this, I'm kind of making this very, very simple for people. This is what Robert did. He found a backpack, marked it up, $40, sending $25 off. He's keeping the 15, but he still has a cost of like $5 an ad. So he's making $10 per backpack sold. That was his first time selling online. All he did was he put pictures on his store. Okay. You guys have to understand how powerful this can be. That does not mean every single product will work well, okay? But if this doesn't work well, he'll just find another product and try it again, okay? Yep. So let's go back. I just wanted to jump in and kind of, I really love like really diving in and explaining the process over and over and over to people.
Cool. Yeah, and to kind of give you a way to future cast if you want to grow your business beyond drop shipping, because Chris mentioned reaching out to this supplier. And just to tell you, I don't want to dwell on this too much, but we actually did that. We reached out to our backpack supplier and we actually got the price of these backpacks down to $6 a piece, actually $5 a piece recently. And it cost about $7 to ship. So our total cost is now about $12, which is half of what we were paying initially. And so our profit margins is a lot better. And so, if you guys want to go beyond drop shipping, that opportunity is there, but you don't have to. Drop shipping is definitely the best way to start, and it's definitely the way you want to do it for the challenge. So what I did is I found this backpack, and I put it on my site, exactly like Chris said. I took the pictures and just clicked on it and just drug it to my desktop, and then I went inside of my Shopify store and set it up in there, and I was like, okay, well, how much can I sell this for? I didn't overthink it. I didn't, people try to look for some sort of magic solution or some sort of algorithm, math equation that you need to price. It's just start somewhere. Start it low enough to where you think you could get it sell to where it seems reasonable. So it was $25 that I was originally paying. I said $29 sounds reasonable, right? But then that only left $5 to make money, so then I added on shipping. So the price, just start somewhere. Just get a price up so that you could start testing it and see if people are even interested in that product.
Tell them about the strategy we just talked about in the kitchen, where you start with a low price and you can always raise the price later.
Yeah. And so if you're thinking pricing and you don't know what to do, start lower. And the reason being is because you could get sales. If you start higher and you get no sales, then you're like, oh man, this isn't going to work. And you maybe if you lower the price by $2 and still doesn't work, you're just going to give up, right? But if you start lower, if I start like at $25 on a product that I'm getting for $20, and it's very small margins. But if people are buying, then it's a lot easier to raise up to $27. And if they're still buying, then it's a lot easier to raise up to $29. right? And I'm getting sales, and I'm happy because I'm actually getting sales, and it's working. Versus starting at the top, like at $40, and trying to work my way down. I'm going to be discouraged straight from the beginning and not want to sell. So we want to go for the path of least resistance. And so, when you're talking about pricing your product or looking at pricing your products, just do what sounds reasonable and start lower to be safe.
Good advice.
So let's go back to my search. I had survival backpacks over here on this page. What I want to do, so over on watch count, what I did is I found products that were, or I found a trend in products. Actually, let's skip the backpacks. Let's go over there to survival blade now, let's search for that, because that's what was was coming up as relevant now. What was relevant today when we searched on watch count, right? When I typed in survival, a lot of bladed items came up. I seen that trend, a trend of bladed items. And so I come over to AliExpress and I search the same terms, survival blade or survival knife or survival hatchet. But I just put in blade for this example. Normally I might test all of those and see what comes up. Matter of fact, let's do that. So survival blade, we could see what's here. I like to search by orders to see what comes up top, what people are already buying the most. So I filtered it by orders, or I sorted it by orders, and you can see that these knives right here have over 10,000 orders. This one has over 5,000 orders. This one has over 5,000 orders. And the reason why we could sell products that we never touch is because if you look at the reviews, there's 5 stars or nearly 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars on these products. And if people are buying them already, 10,000 people are buying this product, and 10,000 on this one, 10,000, it looks like 10,000 people left a review, 4,000 people left a review out of 5,000. You can be pretty confident that it's a hot product, it's a good product, and you can start selling it. So I typed in survival blade. Let's type in survival knife and see what comes up. I like to search a few different key terms because it lets me know that, or I begin to see trends show up again, right? On watch count, I found the trend of blade overall. But when I come over AliExpress, I'm looking for a trend for a specific product, for a product that comes over and over and over, right? And so when I searched knife blade, I got a certain list of products. When I searched knife or survival knife, I got another list of products, and I'm sorting by orders. And what I want to notice right away is that this same knife is right up top. When I searched for survival blade, this knife was here. And when I searched for survival knife, this knife is here. And this is that knife that had 10,000 orders. And so you want to focus on products like that. That's the type of product you want to put onto your store. Now, Chris is going to get into, and part of the challenge we're going to get into advertising on Facebook. You don't want to deal with knives on Facebook. You don't want to advertise knives or anything like that. So I wouldn't say go after this particular product, but do use this strategy. I search by orders. I search sometimes by newest. And the reason why I search by newest is because, or sort by newest, is because it allows me to see things that haven't been brought to the top yet with 10,000 orders. But if I search by newest and I'm finding things that already have orders, then that means I should go after that product. I'm going to catch that product before that trend really starts. And so we don't really see that a whole lot right here, but you will see that with certain keywords you look up. You'll see some orders when you search by newest. And you could search by seller rating, sort by seller ratings. You could sort by price range. So maybe you're only comfortable selling a product that's like in the $30 range. Well, you could find products in that range. And so, or if you only want to find products with 4 stars and up, then you could click this box and do the same thing. And so I do use these sort options and these filter options. I use them religiously. I use them over and over and over because I'm just trying to get a good idea of what shows up over and over and over to, I'm looking for the best chance of success. And if I just pick some random product that doesn't have any sales and it just looks cool to me, chances are it's not going to work. It might work. I might get lucky and it might work, but chances are it's not. And I've done it plenty of times. There's plenty of times where I swore a product was going to work, and I built some fancy sales page to sell it because I believed in it that much, and it didn't sell at all. So that method, it's not really, you don't want to rely on that. The methods you want to rely on are the numbers, searching by orders, seeing the number, the amount of orders that come up. If it's a product that has consistently more orders when you search different terms and that product shows up at the top, like this knife right here, then that's a product that you want to focus on. So if you already have a survival store or a niche in outdoors where people might like this knife, put it on your store. Just throw it on there. You could sell it. You can't advertise it, but you could sell it. Let's do another example. I want to go back to dog harness. Give you one more example. Actually, let's take it a step back. So we were looking at dog stores earlier, but maybe we don't know if we want to do harnesses yet. We don't know what we want to sell. We just want to get into the dog niche. One cool thing you could do is type in dog, and then for one, you could just see what comes up. Sometimes it looks at your previous search, so I don't know what was part of Chris's previous searches on this computer. But you could, when you type things in, it does give you a list of suggestions. But you could type in like dog A, and then see what shows up, right? You could type in dog B and see what shows up, right? Just go down the complete alphabet, dog C, right? And these gives you idea after idea of what people are looking for. These are suggested searches based on the results. It tells you how many results there are. How many, if you're going to search dog clothes, you're going to find 65,000 options, right? Which probably means that it's going to be a popular or a good direction to possibly go into. If you find a product in there or a product type like dog clothes and there was only 5 orders or 5 results for that, 5 products in dog clothes, then it's probably something that you don't want to go into. You want to go into things where there's a lot of products because it just shows you that there's a whole lot of opportunity. So let's go back. Let's say dog. Let's just pick a random one. Let's pick dog G and let's see what comes up. Dog grooming. Cool. I wouldn't have really thought of that one, right? Dog grooming, I wouldn't have thought of that. So let's just pick that, click on it. We were interested in possibly going in the dog niche. We see when we type in dog G that dog grooming is a popular sub-niche or niche to go into. And so I search by orders and see how many orders there have been or see which products had the most orders in the dog grooming niche. And this comb is what comes up for first, this brush. It's a pet dog grooming practical needle comb for dog, cat, gilling, brush, quick clean tool, pet supplies. Don't steal AliExpress's titles. You don't want them. If you put this title on your store, you're not going to sell it, right? But what you can know is that this product sells well. People want this product, right? It makes total sense. Nobody wants to let their dog run around. If it's a lot of dogs are prone to, a lot of breeds are prone to shedding. And so, a lot of people want to keep the shedding down. And so they brush their dogs and take care of them. And so it seems, it makes sense that it's a very popular product, but I wouldn't have thought of that. I'm not part of the dog niche. I don't own a dog. I have owned dogs, but I wouldn't have thought of that. And just like for my backpacks, I wouldn't have thought of that. I wouldn't have thought of selling a backpack. I don't go out hiking and fishing and hunting all of the time. I do go out, go for walks with my kids, and we do fun things, but that's not the niche that I'm engulfed in. That's not who I am. I just looked at the numbers. I just came and I seen a backpack that was selling well, or I seen this dog brush that was selling well, and I found that it was only $2 or $1.07, right? You don't have to overthink it and really find out why people are buying or you don't have to figure out the science behind any of this, right? All you got to do is it's got 5,000 orders. It's got 5 stars. People love this, right? Same thing for this, for the glove. Another thing that you want to look for when you're looking for products are things that really stand out. There's a whole lot of different attributes that you can be looking for, and we're not going to go over all of them right now. We'd be here for weeks. But one of them is a catchy item, something that just stands out. Visually, it just stands out. And this glove, maybe with a dog, or this right here, the picture with the where she's actually using it and the dog's in the picture, that would get people's attention if they've never used one of these before, or if they've seen them and were interested in it. They've seen it maybe as seen on TV or something like that, and they're like, wow, that's kind of cool, but they've never seen it in their newsfeed where they have the opportunity to buy it. And where they might have seen it before, it was probably like $20 for an item like this, but you're going to get it for $2, $3, and you could sell it for like maybe $12, right? So there's that huge value, that monetary value. They're saving money by buying it from you, and that's why you would get that impulse purchase. That's why they would buy from you over other people, because you have an item that's standing out to them, that caught their attention, and then you're giving it to them at a really good price. So don't really overthink why they're buying it from you. It doesn't really matter why they're buying it from you. Look for the numbers. Look for items that that jump out and have really, really good numbers, like a cat wearing a tie, right? That would get somebody's attention. And it has 1,600 orders, right? Bow ties for cats, right? But any of these items would be really good because they've already been proven. You don't have to question it, right? And you could open up this even further. Maybe you were questioning, maybe you were thinking about selling one of these. Let's open up the glove. Maybe you're thinking about selling one of these and you just wanted to get more information on it. You could open this up. And what I love about AliExpress is that you could click on this feedback tab. And on this product, there's 336 people that have given feedback. But one cool thing is that you could actually see pictures of it, right? You could see what the product looks like. And this is how you're able to sell products. This is how I was able to sell, I've sold thousands and thousands of products, hundreds of thousands of orders of products that we haven't even touched. Never touched the product. And the reason being is because I could come to AliExpress, I could see what people were saying about it. It works. Although the cat was scared at first, I liked it. Or no, the cat was scared first and then liked it. Sometimes it's hard to understand some of these people because of where they're from. If they're in the translation, some things are lost. But you could really get a good idea if the product is useful, if the product is liked when the people receive it, how they felt about it. The only negative is the Velcro sewn upside down. It's impossible to fix. So you could see a downside to some of these things, right? One of the things that we did is we seen downsides to our backpacks, and we actually made those adjustments to them later on. So these reviews are really, really helpful in trying to figure out what it is you want to sell and who you're going to sell it to. You can find out the uses, because maybe we were searching dogs, right? We were searching dog items, and the very first review said they used it for their cat. Where was it at? Not the first review. It was one of them that we looked at down here. It said that they were using it for their cat, right? So you can learn more about the product than you initially thought, or than you initially were expecting. And so the reviews are really, really valuable for finding hot products that you could really find out if people love it. If people are loving this product, then you could be confident that your customers are going to love it as well. And then you could sort by pictures. I like to sort by pictures just so I could see the product and see the quality of it, because you don't want to sell products that have horrible quality, right? The last thing you want is to get your customers to your store, get the sell, and then find out later on that they don't want it. And so that's what I do. I start off at a watch count. I find a trend in products. I come over to AliExpress and I find among that trend, I find a specific product that I'm looking for or that is hot, and then I take that hot product that's showing up over and over and over. I look at the reviews and learn all about it, and then I just take it over to my store and put it on my store and price it at a good price, a reasonable price.
So let me jump in here, Robert. Let me because I've been watching the comments as well. Let me answer a couple questions and let's keep going with this training, because people are just saying this is very, very valuable. So again, when you're looking at a product, when you found a product, you can go look at the seller rating. You can go make sure you're selling from a good seller. This is going to be your price right here. If there's attributes like color, you would select that, and size. It's a color and medium. Once you select any attributes, it's going to show your total price here, $239, right? This is shipping. And again, we're going to want to go with the e-packet shipping, okay? You're going to always going to look for e-packet. E-packet's going to be the best shipping. It's going to allow you to track it. It's going to be basically very inexpensive. It's going to get there fast. It's just this is the one you always want to, ideally there's millions and millions of products on here, so you really only want to focus on products that have e-packet and from a good vendor.
Sometimes you'll come across products and you look and it doesn't have e-packet, and so it's easy just to find another vendor, because chances are there'll be another vendor that does.
Exactly. So if this one didn't have e-packet, you don't go like, oh no, my hopes are completely blown. I love this product. Just review it a little bit more and see if you can find it. Because you want to get the product, I don't want the product to take 45 days or 39 days or 39 days or whatever. Even though it's only 11 cents, I just want it to be there as simple as 12 to 20 days, because it's drop shipping. Now, some of you might think, we live in a society where customers aren't willing to wait 12 to 20 days anymore. But the reality is that you've got to start somewhere. And because you guys probably don't have money to go buy your own inventory and your own stock, it's better just start off with products that take 12 to 20 days, get used to this business, and then eventually you can order your own products and you can get it to the customers faster. That's what Robert did. Robert actually eventually started ordering backpacks himself in bulk, because then he could like be in charge. It doesn't have to take 12 to 20 days. It might take 12 to 20 days to get to Robert, to his house, but then it's only, then he'll sell it and he'll only get it like in 2 days to the customer. So just start here, e-packet, 12 to 20 days. Once you select that, you'll notice the price is different. This is your actual price. So even though it says $239, that's not your actual price. Your actual price, you have to select the attributes and choose e-packet. Once you've chosen e-packet and chosen whatever attributes there are, it should show you a price here. That is your actual price of the product. So even though it says $239, that's not your cost. Your cost is $397. When an order comes through, if Billy from Michigan orders one of these brush gloves, it's going to cost you $3.97. So you have to mark this up. You have to sell for more. Now, how much should you sell for? I think if you're a brand new beginner and you're just trying to reach that $100 in sales, you guys want to see how crazy I am. You know how much I would sell this for? I would sell this for $4.95. Now, before you guys wonder what the heck I'm doing, let me explain why. I would sell this for $4. This product here I would sell for $4.95 with maybe with like free shipping or really cheap shipping, like $2.95 shipping. Here's why. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys right now. Let's do brush glove. Let's go back to Google. Let's go back to that Google search I was doing earlier, where you can do a site search. Site myshopify.com, and let's do brush glove. Okay, and let's look at and maybe just like dog brush glove. Okay, now one way to do it is you're looking at all these results, but you can actually go look at images, and you'll see the exact same image. So I went over here to my Shopify dog brush glove. Look how I said images, and now I'm able to see that exact blue glove. So all these, see how this one's different? All these sites, all these pictures with the exact blue glove, these ones right here, I can basically go here, click on the image, and I can go visit the page. Now look at this. I'm on a Shopify site that's selling the exact glove. Okay? This is, I'm basically showing you, and this is, look, this is us, not even pre-scripted. It's not like, I don't even think Robert meant to look at this, and you definitely know I didn't know he was gonna do it. So this is us just showing you how simple it is. Look, this logo, super generic, super easy. This theme design, super generic, okay? And look what they did. They've got a couple pictures, and you showed all that happened was Robert went on here and just dragged and dropped these images to his desktop. Okay, he just dragged and dropped these images to his desktop, and then he uploads them to his store. Okay, and there's also tools. There's tools you can use to import products, but me and Robert don't even really import products. We just go and we spend our time looking for a winner. Once we find a winner, we upload some pictures, and look, see how it's called the Amazing Handy Pet Brush Glove? Does that sound a little bit better than the True Touch De-Shedding Brush Glove Pet Dog Cat Gentle Efficient Massage and Grooming? So when Robert said don't use this title, do you understand why? The vendors, the wholesalers, who are the people on AliExpress, who are they targeting? They're targeting guys like me and Robert who want to go sell this. So they're putting in a bunch of keywords, because I might put in like pet grooming, and they want to show up for pet grooming. They're basically putting in a bunch of keywords to show up. But when you're selling to the public, you need a cool title like this: the Amazing Handy Pet Brush Glove. It sounds like an actual, like, legit product that you would see on like an infomercial. And then $17.89 as compared to this, save $18. Quantity 1, and look, free shipping. So they're selling $17.89 with free shipping. They've got a description here, and then they've got a little video of somebody using it that they found on YouTube. So listen, you guys, this is why I taught you the site search. You could literally model after this. If you wanted to sell this glove, you just got an idea for a title, an idea for a description, you just found a video that you can embed, and you just saw kind of how they use the pictures, okay? And you kind of also get an idea for what somebody else might have done some product research on to see what it should sell for. So that's why I love being able to just model after sites, okay? So you do that, and now you've got this idea for this handy pet brush glove, okay? This de-shedding type glove. And so now you go in here and you're like, okay, what's your cost? Your cost with e-packet shipping, okay? Now look, if you use the seller's shipping method, it looks cheaper, but don't do it. Just trust me, for the time being, as a beginner, always use e-packet. Just start with that until you know what you're doing. Consider all the other options for intermediate members only. If you're an intermediate Shopify seller, then use those. If you are a beginner, just use e-packet. It's easier to focus on one thing and do it right. Use only, okay, so here's my rules for you. Only use good vendors with a lot of feedback and a lot of, and if this one had one diamond, see if you can find it from another vendor. You know what I'm saying? Try to find it from someone else. So you're looking for like a good vendor. And now this is $3.97. Okay, that's your cost. So when you go to mark it up, it's $17.89. So from $4 to $18, that's like $14 in profit. You could spend like $10 acquiring a customer and still make money. But watch what I would do. Here's what's crazy, okay? I would charge $4.95 for this. Now, hear me out, because I think a lot of you right now are about to get to your first $100 very, very quickly. By charging $4.95 for this, my goal is that it is so cheap that price is not an obstacle, okay? It's so cheap, price is not an obstacle. As long as I have a good picture, some good copywriting on here, you know, explaining it, I got a little picture, and this thing's only $4.95, you know, compared to normally $25, whatever. It's only $4.95. I might even do free shipping. Now, my cost is $4. So here's the deal. I'm gonna lose money on this. Now, hear me out and let's talk about strategy. The reason I'm willing to lose money is let's go $4. Okay, watch. The Chris Record method to your first 100 in sales, okay? Example, product costs you $4 out the door, okay? And this is important for you guys to understand. Robert and I had a talk in the kitchen about this, and we even agree. It's important to get your first sales, okay? Product costs you $4 out the door. You sell the product for $4.95 plus free shipping, okay? You collect $5 from the customer. You pay $4 to the wholesaler. You make $1 in profit. Okay, now, your cost in Facebook ads to get a customer might be, let's say, $4. Eventually, you're going to get that down. So, after advertising, your profit is negative $3. Okay, now, this sounds crazy. Nobody wants negative money. But here's why I like to do this. And this is why I do this all the time. Because this is just, you're just testing to see, let's go back to this. Here's why. Because in order to sell a product, you need to make sure that you have a good audience, you have a good product that they actually want, that the copy's good, that the price is good, and that the shipping is good. There's all these things that we're going to teach you to make sure that you have a good product. Okay, if I were to make a list of these things, in order to sell, you need the following to be good. Okay, and watch these bullet points. You need to have the right audience, the right product, the right advertising, the right copywriting, the right price, the right shipping, and then the right trust, like your store. Okay, so take a look at those notes right there. You need the right audience, the right product, the right advertising, the right copywriting, the right shipping, and you got to have some trust with your store. Your store just can't look like, it actually technically can. I've seen some really crappy stores, but you shouldn't. You know, like if you could avoid it, you should, you know, when they come to you, or just like it has to work. Like, let's even just put the word working. Like, you might have a setting that you didn't do, or you know, make a test purchase yourself and make sure that it actually works. Okay, so let's look at this. The right product. Okay, well, we did some research and found kind of like a high selling product. So okay, let's try this. It might work. The right audience. You're gonna need to find dog owners and stuff like that. Who knows? That's gonna take some skills. Okay, so that's something you're gonna have to learn. The right advertising. Yep, you're gonna have to learn Facebook ads. The right copywriting. I mean, at least you can kind of copy somebody else's stuff, but it should look something like this. Free shipping. It's got a description. Great pet hair remover. It's got a video. This would be the copywriting. Okay, and then you've got the right price, the right shipping, and you gotta have a store that works. What I'm saying is these two right here, the right price and the right shipping, okay? Let's make those red. You can take care of these and make sure those aren't the issue. That's my point. If there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if there's 7 things here, let's change these to numbers. If there's 7 things that you need to get right in order to make money from your store, if there were 7 things, I'm able to take 2 of these out of the way for you right now by just changing this to $4.95 plus free shipping. Now you know you have literally a price so low you're losing money. If that price, so now when you're going to sell, if you're not selling, you know it's not because of your price. So now if you try and your product doesn't sell, at least you know it's not because of your price. Okay? And if the product is selling a lot, you know it's not because of the product. And if you have good copywriting, you know it's not because of the copywriting. So now you've narrowed it down, and maybe you got to check to make sure your store's working. Okay, well now you've narrowed it down. You know what it is? It's your advertising and your audience. So now you're like, oh, maybe, I've been targeting Chihuahua owners and it's just not working. Let me go target, maybe you're like, oh, I didn't realize, maybe Chihuahuas don't really shed. And maybe you're targeting poodle owners and you're like, oh, poodle owners don't really shed. So now maybe what you're doing is you're getting a little bit better and you're like, oh, what's a dog that sheds a lot? Let's try to target some dog owners. Maybe your advertising was too broad or you're using the wrong type. At least you can narrow it down to figure out one thing. My advertising is the issue. But let's say you were doing everything right and nobody was buying. It probably was your price and your shipping. So what I like to do is I like to start with like $4.90. So remember, your product over here is going to cost you like $4. You're going to go sell it for $4.95 with free shipping. Okay, so watch how this is going to work. You're going to start by selling it. Okay, we're going to start by selling it. So start with $4.95 plus free shipping. Okay, where you're losing $3 per sale. Okay, which is what we had here. Your profit is negative. Start there. Then go to $4.95 plus $2.95 shipping. Now you're breaking even per sale. Okay, and let's put a little thing here. Let's say sell 5 of them. Okay. Now here's why. Because at the end of the day, all you really need to do is figure out how to sell something. Can you find the right audience, the right product, and can you sell it? Trust me, if you guys can just sell something, you're going to do great. So start cheap and then sell it. Now sell 5 of them. And then go over here and sell 5 of them. Go over here and now add shipping so you're breaking even per sale. Now you've gotten 10 sales, okay? And you're selling the product over here for $5, so you've just made $50 of your $100 challenge. You just made $50, you sold 10. Your first 5, you were losing $3. Your second 5, you're breaking even. Now watch this, okay? Now watch how this is gonna work because this gets powerful. Okay, let's just even go like this. First 5, let's say orders 5 through 10. Let's say orders 1 through 5. Go there, okay? We're gonna make this an actual challenge for you guys. For your 90-day challenge. So listen, I'm going to make a bold statement. So many of you are going to start making sales by doing this. You're going to freak out. And you're going to be like, oh my God, this is amazing. Okay? Sales 1 through 5, on this example, be okay with losing a little bit of money. You don't have to say these exact prices, but be okay with losing a little bit of money. Okay? So let's be okay with losing a little. Okay? Sales 5 through 10, be okay with breaking even. Okay, that's the thing. Sales 5 to 10, be okay with breaking even. Now sales 10 to 20, okay, and now you want to start bumping up the prices. Okay, go to, let's say, $9.95 plus $2.95. Actually, I'll probably do plus free shipping on this one. Okay, and now your profit, so now you're actually charging $5 more, but you're losing that. So right here, this was 5 plus 3, that was 8. And so now you're actually just going to 10, right? So now your profit is $2 per sale. And then here, be okay with little profit, okay? Not much profit, because at the end of the day, you're getting better. Now, sales 20 to 50. Go to, and as long as it's selling well, $9.95 plus $2.95 profit, or $2.95 shipping. Now you're adding an extra 3, right? So now your profit is $5 per sale. Okay, ready to scale, and now push the envelope. Okay, here's the thing: you can always backtrack. If you keep pushing this higher and it doesn't convert, you can always go back. So now sales 50 to 100. Let's do another 50 sales here. But on these ones, let's push it a little bit. Let's go to 995 plus. Let's go to 495 shipping. Profit is now you just added an extra $2. Now profit is $7 per sale. Ready to scale big.
Over $1,000 in sales at that point.
Yep, and you've already done over $1,000 in sales. You're already at the round 2, and then at this point, 100 plus sales. Now you've got a solid margin right there. 995. Now 100 plus sales. Scale out like crazy. If it doesn't work, go back to previous pricing. Okay, and that's it. There's a basic strategy. You're looking at $1 million strategy right there. Now, in the 90-day challenge, we're mostly going to tell setup, but I want you guys to start selling. So just try this, okay? Here's the bottom line. Look over here on the right. On your first handful of sales, be okay with losing a little bit. Then be okay with just breaking even. Then be okay with just a little bit of profit. At that point, you've figured out if a product can sell or not. Your first 20 sales, kind of figuring it out. Now, what else is happening? Facebook gets smarter with every sale you make. They start optimizing your ads to target more people likely to buy. So, by getting more sales, even if you are losing or breaking even, you mature a pixel. That's advanced, okay? Advanced. Maturing the pixel means Facebook optimizes your ads to perform better. That's all that means. Okay. Now, for the same ad spend, you are making more sales because of this strategy. Okay. So what this is, in a nutshell, you guys, this is an amazing strategy that most of you are not doing. Here's what most of you are doing. You're starting here. I promise you. This is. Robert is over here shaking his head, nodding. It's because what most people do. You're starting, wanting to have a ton of profit per sale. In fact, some of you are like, oh my God, there's $20 profit per sale. I'm going to kill this. If you know you have the potential for $20 per sale, then go down here and just break even or even lose a little bit, knowing you can change the price. Now, in order to do this, there's something very, very important. To do this, do not mention cost, price of product or shipping in your advertising, okay? Do not mention it. So if your advertisement says free shipping, then you have to do free shipping on all of these. You have to but that's okay, you have to raise the price. But keep in mind, if you're like, hey, for a limited time, this is only $4.95, by saying the cost in your advertising, you can't raise it. If you just have general ads going to your products, then you can change the prices all you want. Like, look, if I was at this right here, and then I refreshed the page, and that product was suddenly $15.89, I wouldn't know. I'm a new visitor. I wouldn't know. Then the next visitor that sees it, it's suddenly $19.95. There's no difference. And right now, we don't even know how much this is in shipping. We don't know how much it is in shipping until we add to the cart and we go check out. And once we add to the cart and then we go check out, then it's going to take us to this form. We have to put in all of our information and then continue, and then it's going to tell us what the cost of shipping is. Okay? So we don't even know. Since we don't know, we don't have a way to even do that. So listen, in a nutshell, as long as you want to do the strategy, sales 1 through 5, start with $4.95, or in this case, be okay with losing a little bit. So I'm saying $4.95, but let's choose another product just to give you an example. Let's go to just some random product. Let's go choose a bakeware product. Let's say your product is, let's see, this one, okay? Here's a handy little bread slicer. Let's say your product was this bread slicer right here. Same thing, we're gonna go here, e-packet, okay? Your cost is $7.28. So if this was your cost right here, $7.28, and you wanted to do this, I would sell this product. Be okay with losing a few bucks. Your sales price should match this, somewhere near this. I would sell this for maybe $7.95. And then I know I'm going to have to pay for advertising. Whatever my advertising cost is, I'm going to lose a few bucks, but that's okay. Or maybe I'll sell this for $9.95 and just, I'm still probably losing $1 or so with advertising. I'm going to sell it cheap, okay? But then after I sell it cheap, the perfect toast cutter slicer, let's see. Perfect toast cutter slicer. Looks like it's probably that one. I don't know if there's a better picture of it. I probably just don't have the best name for it. But there's one right here. Let's visit the page and let's see if what this person's. Oh, their store's not open. Anyways, you can go see what other people are selling it for. Let's see.
Perfect slicer.
Yeah. Who knows what? Maybe I have to look at some more keywords to find that exact product. Hold on one second. Let's see if I can find it. Precise cutting with slicing guides, 4 slices thickness. You can usually go down here and figure it out, but precise and fast, precise cutter. Anyways, who knows? I don't want to search for the exact thing. We've only got so much time. Let's go precise. And that's probably the same one we were just on, it's my guess. Yeah, for some reason they took off their password. Anyways, you can go find, if you search enough, you can go find somebody selling it and you can see the exact price. But I'll bet you they're selling it for like $17 or $18. Okay? Yeah, I don't feel like looking at this anymore. But they're probably selling it. They're probably getting it for $7. They're probably selling it for like $15 to $20, my guess. So you can undercut everybody. When they come to your site, my main point is when they come to your site, your price and your shipping. If your price is essentially your wholesale cost and your shipping is free, then you know that's not what's harming your sales. So now you can focus on just trying to find the right ads to it. You can always raise these two. So you keep raising them. At first you're losing a little bit of money, then you're breaking even, then you're making a little bit of profit, then a lot. At $7 per sale, if you're making $7 per sale, you might be able to scale this to sell, 100 a day. That's $700 a day. I mean, it's crazy. You can really scale something like that, okay? And that's what happens. Robert, you had a backpack that was selling, and you made your first 100, your first 1,000, and stuff like that. But then when you started scaling, how much in total sales in backpacks did you do in what time frame?
Well, in the first 8 months, we did our first $1 million, and that was almost all on backpacks. So 8 months to do $1 million in backpacks, I think that's pretty quick.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so like there's 1 million divided by 8 equals 125,000 a month, which might not have all been backpacks, but backpacks was
backpacks was the product that we were driving traffic to, and they were buying other things. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so like over $100,000 a month in average of backpacks. So from a guy who starts selling backpacks 8 months earlier to 8 months later, averaging over $100,000 a month in backpack sales. Mm-hmm. So it scales very quickly. Here's what you do. This is like, this is the preparation to find a product that you can scale up. Okay, that's all. This is the preparation. So what you're looking to do is you're looking to go find a product that you can lose a little bit of money on, break even, make a little bit of profit, kind of build it up, and then you're ready to scale big. Then now you can just start. Now you've got a product sells well. Now you just start running a lot of money to it. So you don't even run a lot of money right off the bat. Okay, and it helps because every single time these first 5 sales, every time a sale happens, Shopify reports it back to Facebook, and Facebook gets smarter. So it's all automatic. So every time a sale happens, we show you how to do this. Every time a sale happens, Facebook gets smarter. And Facebook's going to get smarter. They're going to start finding you more buyers. So the more sales you get, the more sales you're going to be rewarded with. So you might as well, even though you're losing money here, you're making Facebook smarter. So then you're going to make big money. This is how all the big guys do it. Robert was telling me how he tests products with really inexpensive prices too, just to see if it sells. Okay. This is a major strategy. So, Robert, I kind of took over there. Let me look at the comments real quick. I don't know if any comments are flying in you want to address, or if there's anything you want to say about this. I just want to, also be able to share with them a little bit about the 90-day challenge and the targets they want to hit. But hey, if you guys, how many people right now in the comments before Robert starts talking? How many people in the comments think that are going to start applying that strategy that I just taught, with starting with lower prices and then raising the prices? How many are going to do that? They're calling this upside down thinking.
It's the right kind of thinking, though. It is backwards. And somebody commented and said that they're going to have to restrain themselves because they don't want to sell cheap products. And, we do have to restrain ourselves. We have to kind of remove our emotions from this because I'm pretty sure Chris doesn't have any emotional attachment to a bread slicer, right? He just says that this could sell. And that's what we do. We find products that we think will sell. It's based on the numbers. We remove ourselves from it. We use the strategies that work, the strategies that we've developed that we know that work. We've tested them over and over and over again, and we do it religiously. We do it over and over and over again because they work. And so to question it and then try to do something different, like we're saying the price low, but if you say, oh, well, I want to price mine high because I want to have higher priced products and feel better about my products, well, it's not going to work, or the chances are it might not work. Most likely it won't work because we've tested the strategies over and over and over, and we found what does work. And so our methods that we talk about, those are the things that are going to most likely bring you success. And you might get lucky doing some of the other things, but most likely you're not. Most likely you're just going to struggle like a lot of other people and beat your head on the wall and say, why doesn't this work? And so we wanted to remove that. Chris wanted to remove that. That's why he typed up the notes so you could see what we're saying, and it becomes clear that there's actually just simple steps, and if you follow those simple steps, it works. And it might take some testing, it might take some practice, it might take some tweaking, but it does work. And the strategies are going to be your quickest chance to success rather than just trying to do things on your own.
Okay, let's do this. Let's have a little bit of fun right now. Let me go into the group, and what I'm going to do is let's do a little bit of a Q&A session. Okay, let's do a Q&A session real quick with me and Robert. I know there's other stuff we kind of wanted to cover, but look, it's the 90-day ecom challenge. So what I want you to do right now is in the comments of this video, this Facebook Live, we'll probably change the description. We're probably going to change the description. Let's go, let me change it real quick. Day 1 of 90. And we'll probably so day 1 of 90, Chris and Robert generated millions of sales online past few years. Here's a high-level overview of, let me even just change it a little bit more. Here's a high-level overview of how to find winning products to sell on your Shopify store. Plus Q&A session. Okay. So this I'm just editing this post right here so it's a little bit more relevant. Find this post. So if you're watching the replay, whatever, find this post, the day 1 of 90. Go on here, find this post, and ask questions in the comments right now, and we'll pull them up and do our best to be able to answer them. Now, when they're live like this, obviously we can't answer every single question. So we're going to do our best right now to be able to answer some questions. And so let's do that rapid fire for a little bit and then maybe hang on. I know we didn't cover everything we need to cover, but let's do this. Okay, how do we get the notes? The notes will be posted in the files section of the 90-day challenge. They'll be over here in the files section. There'll be notes that get posted there. Keep your questions coming. And if you've asked your question, just go ahead and ask it again. How much should we spend on Facebook ads using the strategy previously explained? We're going to teach Facebook ads in more videos, but you should be spending $5 a day. But we'll teach that in more videos. Can you do a strategy with print on demand? With print on demand is different. We didn't cover it. I don't know if we're going to cover it today. I wanted to. We're probably going to do print on demand tomorrow. So just wait on the strategy for print on demand. If we are ready to do Facebook ads, where do we start? Diane, if you're ready to do Facebook ads and you don't require training, then just start with the training at ecomtutor.com. Okay? Go to ecomtutor.com, start with the training there. If you're ready to advance, today's day 1 of 90. You can't teach everything on the first day. If anybody here is ready to go, that'll be good. Will you do live videos for all 90 days? I don't know if we can commit to them all being live, but a video will be submitted here every day for 90 days. Okay. What apps do we have to install? That'll be covered on another, in one of the 9 days. We'll do a whole entire day dedicated just to Shopify apps. How can I use PayPal to pay on AliExpress? We'll have to cover that later. On the $4.95 plus shipping, would you limit how many they can get at that price? No, you just keep an eye on it. Dagmar, just keep an eye on it is the easiest way. That's what I would do. I would just, when you're a beginner, you're not going to get suddenly out of nowhere. You're not going to spend a $5 ad and get 1,000 sales. Okay, so just don't worry that much. You're going to get sales are going to trickle in. You'll have plenty of control. Sean, when should we expect the daily trainings? Every day at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so let's put that in the comments. Daily trainings are every day at 5 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll put roughly. Like today was like 5 minutes late. Okay, so sometimes this. Does Chris still do 2 hours of cardio every morning? No, that's kind of random. Okay, I have 2 Facebook free plus shipping ads going. Oh, here's a good question. I saw this on my phone. Okay, here's a good question. Oyane says, I'm going to charge you, Chris, because after hours of putting my store together, I'm going to have to redo everything. Okay? No, don't redo anything. Okay, listen, the strategy I just told you is only for products you're running ads to. Okay, let me clarify this really quick. Okay? This strategy is only for products you are running ads to. Okay? You can have all the other products in your store set at high markups if you want, okay? Whatever markups you want, okay? So if you have a store, an example is, let's say you have 50 products in your store. You are likely only going to be running ads to 3 to 5 of them. That's where this strategy applies. So that question that says you spent hours putting your store together, you're gonna have to redo everything. Please do not redo everything. This strategy is only for products that you're running ads to. Okay?
And the cool thing about that is that that's where you actually make some money in your first 10 orders, where you're barely breaking even or losing money. You could actually make some extra money because when they come to your store for the product that you're driving them to, that product that you're promoting, they're going to look around on your store and find other items, and you could get those sales. And if they're priced really cheaply, you're still making no money if they're buying those things. So you want to price them at a point to where you're going to make a little bit of money off of them.
Okay, if you want to sell made in the USA, where do we get them to drop ship? You guys, I have this other site here called ecomtutor.com. You can go to a site called ecomtutor.com. Okay, need more training? Go to ecomtutor.com. Okay, if you need more training, go to ecomtutor.com. Ecomtutor is this site here, and it's got lots of start now by downloading this free PDF training, the ultimate guide to making money online with Shopify. Download the PDF notes from the webinar replays. Click all the links on here. Watch the videos. There's a lot of stuff here. This is all here. So like you can go in here and learn this kind of stuff, right? So, and then here's this document here, the beginner's guide to making money. This document teaches a lot of advertising, all kinds of stuff. It explains the plan, to get the plan. And look at all this advertising. $5 Facebook ad system, 10 sources of free traffic without paid ads, Shopify beginner's overview, 7 lessons learned from a $100,000 a month seller, the find, list, sell method, $35,000 in 12 days, finding products and choosing niches, advanced Shopify training with Robert from a webinar interview I did with him. That was like,
I remember that one, Builder Pens, yeah.
Builder Pens. That was like, look, the guy I'm on with right now I have an advanced training. This is like a video interview we did a long time ago. Facebook ads training right here. Step-by-step instructions to set up your store, how to set up shipping, product ideas. Look at all these niche ideas that you can get on this document. All this cool stuff, and tons of ideas. More great resources right there. Here's a drop selling and wholesaling list. So if you guys don't want to use AliExpress, look at all these other drop shippers here. Look at all these drop shipping sites and wholesaling sites. And then a case study of a student and what she did and some screenshots. Okay, so cool stuff. Okay, more bonuses. The complete guide to Facebook ad targeting, how to make 6-figure. You guys, people normally sell this stuff for a lot of money. Okay? And literally, this is just for free at ecomtutor.com. Okay, let me put this site up here. for more training, go to ecomtutor.com. Okay? That's it. ecomtutor.com for more training. Okay? You guys got to go do that. Okay, let's look at some more of these questions. How do we figure out how much to charge for an item? Charge more than your wholesale cost. And if you need a review on that, you can watch this replay. This replay will be available immediately after this. So we're only changing prices for items we're running ads to. Should our ads just have pictures, no price? Yeah, I mean, we haven't covered ads in today's. You can't cover everything in one webinar. Otherwise, everybody here would be overwhelmed. We just wanted to cover AliExpress and how to find products. When you say $5 a day on Facebook advertising, is actually $5 or duplicating the $5 ad. Yeah, Paul, just $5 per campaign. If you want to do if you want to do 2 ads, you could do $10 a day, 2 $5 ads per day. Andy says the Shopify app is a lot better than Oberlo. I mean, it's all relative, right? Oberlo is free. I use a lot of paid tools because I have money. Chris, I can use methods, but how many days does the niche product campaign? I'm not sure what that question is. Sorry about that. How long do we test something before knowing it won't work? I mean, I don't know. I usually test something for 3 days. I'll let ads run for 3 days. I'll usually test Robert, how long would you test something for?
The way I typically answer that is I like to test 2 times my profit margins. So if I'm buying a product for $10, then I want to spend at least $20 before I turn it off. And that might sound crazy because if you're spending even if I got a conversion at $20, I'm still losing money. But just like we talked about the pricing principle a little bit ago, at least it tells me that there's something there. So if you're spending $5 a day, then and your profit margins are $10, then run it for 4 days. But my rule is 2 times my profit margin. If I'm not getting a sell, then I just turn off my ad. Hopefully I'll have 4 sales by 2 times my profit margins or more. But at the very worst, I'm turning off my ad if I'm spending 2 times my profit margin.
Okay, Robert's testing rule is 2 times profit margin. For example, if a product has $10 profit, you will invest 20 into ads to see if it sells. Pretty simple, right? If the ads are $5 a day each, then he will run it for 4 days. If they are $10 a day each, he'll run for 2 days. Whatever it might be. It's essentially $20. If the product has $20 in profit, he will run $40 in ads. Does that make sense, you guys? It's a valuable little technique right there. Is it okay to mention the price on ads is a special offer? Yeah, you can, copywriting is copywriting. You can mention there's special offer, discount. You guys, study what other people are doing. Study what other people are doing and saying and try it out yourself. And trust me, this is day 1 of 90. We'll teach you plenty.
The one thing on that, though, because Chris mentioned about changing the price when you first have your pricing low and you want to raise your pricing up on your store, if you have the price on your ad, then you won't be able to do that. So that's only the only downfall of putting the price on the ad is that you can't raise it on the store because then the price is already on the ad and so it will be wrong.
Yeah, so the general rule of thumb is when you guys are advertising your store, you got to ask yourself, am I boxing myself into a certain price or a certain deal, or do I have flexibility to change the price? You want the flexibility in the beginning. A lot of people are saying good stuff, Robert. I saw a lot of feedbacks earlier. We're not getting into calls to action or Facebook ads or anything, you guys, today. We haven't. It's ask questions about AliExpress or ask questions about any other process we touched. Yeah, go read all that.
Which is better to use for a niche store or a general store? So a niche store would be like a store for dogs or a store for hiking or a store for golfing, right? It's a store built around a niche. And then you have a general store. A general store could be like, to get rid of a lot of disbelief on general stores, people just throw up a lot of random items and say, well, this is a general store. That's not a general store. A general store is a store that still has some sort of angle, but the products on the store are still kind of general. So you could have a 99-cent store, right? That's a general store, but everything's 99 cents on that store. And then you might add on $5 shipping. Or you might have a general store. I had a general store that I called All Facebook Offers, right? The title of it was All Facebook Offers. Now, I couldn't use the name Facebook, so I had to change it. But the idea of that store was it's a general store, but it's offers that would be found on Facebook. And so I wanted to clarify what a general store is before saying which is better. I say a lot of times if you really don't know, if you just can't figure out a niche that you want to go into, I say start with a general store to test products, and then when you find a product that sells in your general store, begin a niche store for that product and start building product lines around it.
I'm a fan of general stores and niche stores. You could get 10 people in a room and there's a benefit to each one. But when you're a beginner, it's really nice to have a general store because you can test, you're probably not good enough to pick a niche. You might go, you know what? I heard Robert's in the backpacking niche, so I'm going to call my store Backpack Gear Unlimited. And then you're going to be all backpacks. And you might, you're like, hey, Robert made millions, so clearly backpacks are good. But the reality is, instead of calling yourself Backpack Gear Unlimited, at least go more broad than that. Like, even if you're not a general store, like everything, maybe instead of backpacks, maybe at least call yourself like an outdoors store. So at least more general, because now maybe backpacks don't sell for you, but at least now you can try to sell a bunch of different types of gear, like hiking gear or running gear or summer gear. You could really get very, very general. So what you want is in the beginning, you want more freedom to test different products. Now, once you get good though, once you get really good, you could build a niche store. You had the pen store. Tell them an example. After doing this, you formed a niche store.
Yeah, that was just a writing pen that had a ruler on it. Was like built for architects and engineer type people, and it had a ruler, it had a level, it had a stylus for the computer. You could take off ends, and there was like screwdrivers on it. It had a bunch of different uses. I think it was like a 6-in-1 writing pen, and we called it builder pens. That the idea was that builders, that contractors, that architects and engineers would be using this pen on the field for their career. And then we could take it out even further. We had an idea of going into like pilot pens and a bunch of other niches built around occupations or industries, to where you could have endless amount of niches built still kind of around that one niche, around the pens. So there's a bunch of different angles you could go, but I agree with Chris 100% that you do want to start as general as you can. That way you could collect information and not bind yourself to something that doesn't work. If I started on this builder's pens site, if that was the first thing that I did, chances are it would have failed. It would have failed, and I would have locked myself into that, and I would have given up because that didn't work. Because the niche store that I tried every principle, and I tried all of the rules, and if it didn't work, I would have given up. But if I had a general store, then I would have just moved on to another product, and that's exactly what I do and recommend.
Yeah, so someone was saying that some of these direct links someone in the comments said the direct link didn't work, and I just tested it. It looks like it just showing up blank. If a couple of these direct links aren't working right now, we just changed our virtual office. We have a new URL structure, so I haven't messed with all these links. So if something's broken, it'll just be a matter of a few days before we fix that. Okay, are general stores or niche stores better? If you're a beginner, it's better to go a little bit general instead of boxing yourself into a niche that might not work. When will the replay be available? It's instantly available. This is still live. As soon as this is over, the replay is instantly available. If you guys are having problems mapping your domain names, then you can contact Shopify. If you guys ever have any problems with your Shopify store, contact Shopify. They're incredibly good. Shopify is great. Okay? I just want to sincerely thank you for the time you're giving us and all this valuable information. Awesome. Would you use Google AdWords? Right now we just focus basic, trying to get your first $100 in sales. I wouldn't really expand much until you're making some sales. After you're making sales, you can grow and grow and grow and grow.
Yeah, probably not part of the 90-day challenge. You might not get to AdWords, but I think that we use AdWords a lot and have some really, really good results, but definitely not where you want to start off at.
Yeah, for those of you asking what future lessons are going to be like, we got 90 days to cover a variety of things. Month 1, we're going to focus on building out your store, which is why we're focusing on products. Month 2, we're going to focus on growing your store. And month 3, we're going to focus on scaling. Listen, nobody in the industry is going to provide training like this for free, period. You guys can go spend, nobody's going to provide it. Okay, you're not going to get it. And then we're going to offer even more strategy inside of our entrepreneur club. So when you go into our paid entrepreneur club, you're going to get even more detailed strategy. And then we've got our school. Techademics has a school to go in depth. And then we even have interactive work if you guys have seen our incubator. So listen, everything from our free training to our paid training, nobody in the industry offers anything to this level for what we're doing. You guys don't need to go anywhere else. You guys don't need to buy any training anywhere else than what Techademics recommends. Okay? This 90-day training is going to be off the hook for 90 days, you guys. So listen, we can't answer too many more questions because we've already been going for a couple hours. Let me see. I'll maybe just do 2 or 3 more, and then we'll wrap it. Charles says how to get good at copywriting. Charles, use that site search I told you. Review a lot of other sites and go look at how they write copy. That's how I learned how to write copy, was just modeling after how other people do it. Success leaves clues. Richard, would a general store confuse Facebook when they try to optimize it? No, a general store is looking for buyers. Especially, look, you don't have to have a general. You don't have to sell every niche under the sun. We're just saying don't be super specific. Like a super niche store might be classic car accessories, okay? Muscle car accessories or something. Instead of muscle car accessories, you want to go more general to car accessories. But instead of car accessories, go more general with like an automotive store, and one category is car accessories, and one category underneath that is muscle car accessories. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just, by the way, I just said that because a classified ad was right here that said classic car. That's where the idea got planted in my mind. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to be in the automotive niche. That's a general store. I mean, technically speaking, it's a niche store, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about like, just don't box yourself into something so small that you don't have a lot of room for experimenting, because you're not going to be good enough to predict winning products right off the bat. You're going to need to experiment, try a few different ones to see what's going to work. So just try to go a little bit more general in order to have a good chance of success. That doesn't mean you need to start up a new Shopify store. You don't. Literally, you could just buy a domain for like $5 from GoDaddy, and that's it. Map a domain name, have a basic logo. So let's say your store was, I think Lawrence Aponte came out and taught on this. Let's say your store was like Texas apparel, and you're focusing on all things Texas, or, Texas custom phone cases. Let's say that was your store. Texas, you're like, I'm going to sell phone cases to Texas. Instead of it being called Texas custom phone cases, just buy a new phone name that says like, phone cases superstore, like there you go. And then just change it. You're still selling phone cases. That's fine. You have enough experimentation that you can experiment in a bunch of different niches, right? So have something broad. Instead of your store being all things horse jewelry, don't do that, because there's only going to be a handful of things that are horse jewelry. Instead, have all things jewelry. The ultimate jewelry discount store. And then horse jewelry would be one category. Dog jewelry would be one category. See what I'm saying? That's the difference between general and niche store.
Yeah. And answering the question about will it throw off Facebook's pixel? Well, no, because Facebook will just optimize for the purchase. So if you have that dog store that's broken up into a bunch of different dog niches, it's going to optimize for just general dog owners rather than pit bull owners. If you had a pit bull store, it's going to start optimizing for pit bull owners, because that's what it's going to find is purchasing. But then if you go to have a dog store, well, it's going to optimize for dog owners. And if you just had this general store with 25 different categories, well, what Facebook will eventually optimize for is just purchases for buyers. And that's honestly kind of cool. You could actually build up a general store, a pixel on a general store, and build up a huge a pixel that focuses on buyers, that optimizes for buyers, and then you could take that pixel and cross it with other niches. So it could actually be a benefit to you to have that that store, the pixel firing on their store. So don't be afraid.
Yeah, don't be afraid of anything. When you're a beginner, just take action. Look, general stores versus niche stores. If you go to that Ecom Tutor site, ecomtutor.com, there's an 8-minute video on general stores versus niche stores. So make sure you guys go through these videos. This one is finding the perfect name. Some of you right now in the comments are saying, well, what should I call my general store? Look, I just happen to choose backpacking, and Robert happens to be sitting here, has a backpack store. He's done. That's pretty cool. But look, this is just a way. free versus paid themes, designing graphics. Some of you right now in the comments are asking, like, how do you design a logo? Look, I've already got a training on it. A 16-minute training on how to design your Shopify stuff. You guys, we are going to turn you guys into experts, okay? We're going to look at it, setting up Facebook fan pages, finding your audiences. All this stuff is available for free right now. What to do if merchant holds back funds? You know, we cover all this stuff. Placing your first Facebook fan pages, converting more with intersecting audiences. Will Chinese New Year affect sales? We cover so much stuff, you guys. How to rank your Shopify store on Google. How to sell your Shopify products. General stores versus niche stores, again, covered here. How to get sales without paid advertising. How to prepare for, this is for Valentine's Day, but there's how to prepare for holidays. 10 sources of free traffic. You guys, so much. Look at this, $5 a day Facebook ad system. 45,000 views on that. You guys, we got you covered. We got you covered here. All right, we're going to, let's go. I'll go 8 more minutes since I already went to 4:22 p.m. my time. I'll go 8 more minutes.
Did you recommend a game at some point?
A game for writer's block?
Yeah.
You know, I did, but I don't know if it still comes up. It's called Typing Maniac. The game's called Typing Maniac for writer's block. You guys, feel free. Last minute questions here. What would be a general store for baby stuff? Well, okay. You know, think about it this way. Babies don't buy things online. Parents buy things online, right? So really you're talking about what would be a general store? You could do a parenting. You could do a store for all things parents, you know? So like, and then that store, you've got to think outside of the box. Parents, how many people in the United States, that'd be interesting. I'm gonna Google that real quick just to show you how general something could be. How many people in the United States are parents? Just curious. Statistics. I don't know if it's gonna be easy. Oh, I hate it when there's just like text everywhere. I don't have time. 82.5 million is the estimated amount of mothers. Okay, 82.5 million and 66.3 million fathers. Okay, so the total approximately 148 million. So just in the United States alone, approximately 148 million people are parents. So that gives you an idea, right? So that's a general niche. Mm-hmm. Now, if I ask, if you start dialing down, like how many people, like if you start dialing down, like how many people play golf? Okay, that's pretty, it's niche. You'd be probably better off doing a sports store. Even though there's a lot of golfers, you'd be better off doing like a sports niche. So at least you have golf as a focus, but then you could also be like, hey, I wonder if I might have a better interest in like targeting people who are like passionate about volleyball or even like badminton or table tennis or ping pong, you know, stuff that like maybe people are more passionate about. The kind of person that like really plays ping pong all day is probably like more passionate than somebody who plays golf, believe it or not. It's crazy because like some sports might be more passionate than others. So you don't want to just box yourself into golf. You might want to do all things sports. Mm-hmm. And then if you really just go generic, just be like, you know, my generic super discount store or whatever. And you can sell anything you want. You can literally sell anything you want.
And the thing to remember is that you could always narrow down later. You know, it's harder to start off with like a baby shoe store and then decide that you want to go into a baby store and then decide you want to go into a parent store. It's hard to make that move. But you could always start off at a parent store, and if you find that a lot of baby stuff is selling, you could focus either on that store as the baby store, or you could build another store that's a baby store, which is what I would do. Because I like to build multiple stores up that kind of create a network of stores that kind of work together. But it's always easier to start the broadest and work your way to the most precise.
It's not 50-50. Oh, because the stats showed, what do the stats show? That like there's more mothers than fathers. I don't know what the reason is, but I do think that women outlive men, and that might be it. I don't know what all these stats are. I don't make the stats. It's four more minutes, and then I'm going to cut this off. Is it too late to join the 90-day challenge? No, you can join the 90-day challenge on day 89 if you want. You guys, Anybody can join this 90-day challenge at any point. You just have less days left. Today is day 1. You've got the full 90 days. If you're watching this video on day 2, then you have 89 days. If you're watching it on day 3, you've got 88 days left. Okay, what else you got?
Somebody was seeing different pricing on the screen, on our screen, versus what they were seeing on the same sellers on AliExpress. And that's probably because on Chris's computer, we have the Oberlo app, or one of those apps installed.
I have a Shopify app.
Okay, Shopify app, which shows a different price on the listing. It shows with the shipping included. And so, who was that? JJ, you probably don't have an app on your store, so you see the actual price without the shipping.
Yeah, so like let's take this. I just clicked on children's watches right here. And there's this product right here. So when I hover over, because of the see, this says ePacket free, this doesn't have ePacket. This app just does it like a little, gives me like a head start. You have to pay money for this one though. You guys don't need it unless you want it. See how it shows ePacket 158. So what happens if this price right here is my combined price. It's $427, that's my out the door cost, so that I don't have to click on the product and go find it. But the product is actually $2.69. So I would have to go into the product, $2.69, I would have to choose a color, I'd have to go in here, I'd have to choose ePacket, and then click, and then it's $4.27. And then there's just these different ones like this, $1.58, so $4.27. That total right there is what it was telling me. But most of you probably have like something like this. Yeah, see, like without the app, I'm in Safari now. See, this is what you're seeing, like this. So you can get the same information. You just click on it, and then you have to go choose. You have to choose one, and then you have to go to ePacket, and then now you see the price. That app just brings that price up to me on the homepage, so I get to see the total out the door cost. That's all. Okay, what other questions? 2 more minutes. That's called the Shopify app, but you don't need to worry about that. Techademics will, we're going to do an entire day dedicated to apps for you guys. So you guys don't really need to worry about apps right now. You guys here's what you should worry about. Day 1 challenge, okay? Research some products, research some stores, and try to figure out, what you want to do with building your store and what you want to do with adding products, and go do some research and try to figure out what you want to do. I mean, get started with like your game plan, what products do you want? Go find some products, do some market research, use AliExpress, and go from there. If you've not been accepted for support yet, that's not necessary for the 90-day challenge. Accepting the support for the support emails do not need to be added yet. That's only for when people contact our support and we need to get into stores to be able to help them. So don't worry, if anybody right now has submitted your 3 staff accounts, if they have not been approved, don't worry about that. That is not required. The approval is not required. All that's required is that you add them. Just by adding the 3 staff accounts, you're part of the challenge. Do you advise to use the Better Shipping app if we sell more than one product? We'll do a whole episode on apps. Every day we'll cover something different. Okay, last minute. Can new people see day 1 or day 2 if they join in a few days? Yes. Anybody that joins, the only thing new people would be missing out on is they'll have 1 day less or 2 days less or whatever it ends up being whenever they join. If they join on day 30, they'll only have 60 days left in their challenge, but they'll be able to go back and watch all 30 days of training. Email's not included with Shopify, but if you purchase your domain name at GoDaddy, it's pretty simple. Who can I contact about staff? I'm not sure what you mean, Zosh. Thank you, Chris and Robert. Massive value. Thanks again, Chris and Robert. Robert was just like an accidental guest today. I just asked him like 5 minutes before. I was like, hey, do you want to come on and share? So Robert happened to be visiting my house, staying at my house, and so he just jumped out.
Good timing. I actually got to be at the airport in a couple hours.
Okay, guys. I'm going to hang with Robert and take him to the airport. So will we have access to this free training after 90 days? Yes, you will. Can a file be added to the section every day after the training? Yes, Greg. Would you recommend buying a domain email? I don't think, sure. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to just do another. We'll have to do another in another training. We'll cover email. Is there a way to ask Facebook if your ad picture will be approved? You can add. You can. If you guys have questions, make posts here in this group. If anybody has any more questions that were not answered, ask in the group. Ask in the group. Make it its own post. Provide as many screenshots as you can and ask your peers. Don't ask me. Don't ask Robert. Ask your fellow 90-day challengers, what? Is this the first 90-day challenge? Yes, it is. It's the first one. It may be the only one. Okay. With that being said, you guys, we had a blast hanging with you. If you enjoyed this training, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, give it a like and a comment. Let us know. Robert, I'm sure will read in the comments and review some of this stuff. We had a blast hanging with you guys. We'll see you guys on day 2.
See you guys later.
Later.